Good evening, San Diegoans. Well, that was a terrible Ron Burgundy way to start this show. But welcome into the Warzone Sports Network and the live watch party for Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Giannis, Middleton, Jrue Holiday, Brook Lopez, PJ Tucker, Connaughton, all those boys trying to get right? They're trying to get this series 2-2 for the game back in Phoenix on Saturday. And CP3 trying to get one step closer to really solidifying justifying that point guard notion that we've all been going with. Feel free to throw who you have in this game in the chat. Talk it up with us. I already see Felke in here blowing it up. And Felke, would you do me a favor, brother? And please knock it off with the Ray Allen shot stuff. Please, it's not going to happen. Forget about it. Before this game kicks off.
It's going to happen, Felke. Don't let Tony put you down. It's going to happen.
No. It's not going to happen. But before this game tips off, let me say thank you to our partners over at Prize Picks. If you want to join us on Prize Picks, it is a lot of fun. We're having a blast with this. We're winning money. We're cheering along on All-Star games and NBA contests. And tonight, if you want to join, use the promo code WARZONE. They match up to $100 on your first deposit. Again, promo code WARZONE. I got a little action on Devin Booker being more aggressive and getting to the free throw line tonight. Already starting this game off.
What's up with you and Devin Booker? You got that love-hate relationship going now?
It's all love. It's all love for Devin Booker. I don't know what anybody's talking about. that it's not all love with D Book.
That's a love-hate relationship, Tony.
Oh, come on, Middleton. Middleton's already missing shots. This ain't good.
Why does Middleton do that to you, Tony? Why does Middleton do that to you?
I think I'm starting to take it personally, though, you know?
He's like, you know what, Tony? I'm going to start the game off good for you.
He's going to start it off good or start it off bad?
Hi, Tony. How are my picks doing?
Well, Mike, we're about a minute and 30 seconds into the game, so you got a ways to go to find out.
Yeah, Mike, calm down.
There we go. Getting the easy deuce. All right, let me share this thing. There we go.
Hey,
it's shared. No more multitasking, Joe.
I don't know if you saw the one I took. I took the under on one assist by DeAndre Ayton tonight. He has no assist in all three games so far. I hope he goes to the fourth.
You know what's funny, Joe, is that I almost took the over on that. So we would have been button heads all night for one assist. But I was like, because my logic was, if Ayton hasn't had one assist in the postseason, chances are he's got to get one tonight, right?
Well, yeah, and then you never know, like, how they might call it. Like, he might just do one lucky pass, and that's all it takes is to do it. But I wanted to go with the last game. Got a little bit scared off, and I said, you know what? I'm doing it tonight. Doing it for Tony Tucker tonight.
Well, yeah, because what if he just gets, like, one tap, and then that goes sideways? That ends up going to, like, you know, somebody else, and they're like, oh, assist to DeAndre Ayton, and you're like, oh, and it blows your pick right there.
That's what I was thinking, but it's over under one. I should be. I'll push if he gets one.
What is that garbage,
Tony? We have Steezy Smith with us tonight.
Steezy, let's bring him in. He's ready to talk some hoops. It looks like.
Yeah.
Welcome to
y'all?
the program,
a little
brother.
late.
Oh, it's all good. It is all good. How you doing tonight?
Ooh, I'm feeling wonderful. Feeling blessed. It's beautiful out here in Seattle. It's really sunny. It's hot. But I'm ready to talk some basketball with y'all.
Nice. Real quick, put your plugs in. Where can they find you? Where should they come check you out?
Primarily on YouTube, Steezy Smith, SteezeYaSmith. Also post, but not as often, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, also at the same handle, Steezy Smith. But for those of you that are listening, don't forget to follow Warzone Sports Network before you can check me out.
What a gentleman and a scholar. Steezy, welcome to the program. So I haven't really talked to you about this series at all. Who did you have before the series? We'll start there. Who did you have before in this NBA Finals before it started?
I had Phoenix. Not only am I rooting for Phoenix just because Chris Paul is always been one of my favorite players, but I kind of just thought that Phoenix, not only was Giannis, obviously he's okay now, but before the series began, I didn't think he was going to be 100% at all at any point during the series. And so that was another reason why I was leaning towards Phoenix. But I kind of just thought that with Phoenix and their new big three, DeAndre and CP3 and Devin Booker, they were going to be overwhelming. I thought that overall they have the better team. And I just think that the stars are kind of lined for CP3 to get his first ring.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and disagree because I hate the Phoenix Suns because I'm a Lakers fan, and they were they got really cocky in that series. So I
blame it on Jay Crowder.
He was. Did you see him peacocking, folks? Right? Like he was just like
Salsa.
Staring people down at the camera. I'm like, Jay, there's no boxing match, homie. We get that you're built like a middle linebacker, but like this is basketball. Nobody wants to throw hands out here. He was about it though, for sure. For me, I can be happy at some point because I've watched CP3's entire career. I've been a fan the whole time. So at some point, I definitely can be happy for him. But I'm rooting for the Bucks, and I'm also the biggest Khris Middleton fan on the planet. I will defend Khris Middleton to the death, and most time it ends in me dying in all of my arguments with anybody. It's always like, well, Giannis has 2 MVPs and all this other stuff. But
Is Khris Middleton a superstar in your book, or is he just an all-star?
Khris Middleton is a superstar with a bench player's mentality. Right? Khris Middleton has all the skills, right? He shoots the three well. He shoots the free throw at a high percentage. He can drive. He can pass. He can rebound. He can defend. He's 6'7", right? But he plays like he's lucky to be there. My one wish for Khris Middleton would be confidence. But you can't give that to anybody. You either have that swagger or you don't, and he doesn't seem to have it. Like even last game, he was on a fast break, and he dished the ball to a corner 3 for PJ Tucker. I was like, you got Chris Paul standing in front of you on a fast break. Why don't you dunk on him? In worst case scenario, you teabag him and you get a foul. But at least it's like it's hype. It's that moment we want to see from him where he's like, "Oh, this is my ball. This is my game, and there's nothing you can do to stop me." Because he's got turnaround. He can shoot out of the post. He can do it all. He just doesn't have any confidence, and it sucks. Like, I want him to realize his greatness and take over, but he doesn't.
I totally agree. I feel like we only really see that takeover Khris when Giannis is out. And we saw that against the Atlanta Hawks, the last couple of games in which Giannis missed. Khris Middleton completely took over. But, again, I agree with you. I mean, that's just one of the intangibles that you just can't coach. You either have it or you don't. And Khris Middleton only really seems to have it when Giannis, his alpha running mate, isn't there. And so I completely agree with you. His offense, or at least offensively, he has it all. The turnaround, the post moves, he could take it in. Even on defense, he could guard positions 1 through 4. And I remember back then when he wasn't the all-star that he is now, he was a 3-and-D type of guy. He was strictly just defense and shooting, and to see him evolve his game to where it is now, I mean, I can only imagine what he's going to bring to the table for Team USA because I feel like they really need his presence. But who knows? Maybe fatigue becomes a factor. I hope not. But I think he's really going to bring a lot to the table when it comes to playing this coming Olympics.
Well, he's playing. Bucks are off to a slow start. I don't know if you can see the game or not.
Yeah, I have it on the side.
Okay, so the Bucks are off to a slow start, and I think that he's part of what has to get it going. Giannis is out of the game. I don't know how – so a lot of times we have problems with people are behind me a little bit because I watch it on cable and other people are streaming. So let me know if I'm ahead of you.
Okay, I think – is it commercial break right now? Because for me, it's commercial break.
Okay, so I'm back on. So I will temper my enthusiasm because I don't want to ruin anything for the guests who come in here. But this is the time when, like I was saying before with Middleton, that I want to see him just sort of grab the ball and calm everybody down and say, like, I got it. Shake back in the house. What's going on? In these comments over here. Steezy, I'll let you know right now, one of the biggest trolls we have here is a gentleman by the name of Randy Pepperton. He says some of the worst stuff ever. And you just got right now on the screen. He just wants to let me know that this is a grown man, right? Who clearly is in and out of prison, but he's he says some mean stuff. Yes, Team USA could use Khris Middleton. He'd be one of the few guys on the team averaging more than 4.5 assists. All they have, it basically should be called Team Get a Bucket, and then who's going to pass the ball? It's terrible.
Right. Everyone on the team, at least offensively, seems to be a score first, or at least they have a score first type mentality. You even look at the point guards on the roster. Damian Lillard, obviously, he's a score first guy. Bradley Beal, who recently just got checked into health and protocols. We'll see where that goes. But Devin Book, he's a score first type of guy. So they really could have used a guy like Chris Paul, even a guy like James Harden. But unfortunately, they're not playing.
There we go. Free throws for Devin Booker. So in my prize picks entry, Steezy, which I think we went over before you got here, I had Devin Booker at plus 5.5 free throws. So I bet a little bit, put some selections in on a few different things. And one of the things I took tonight was I thought that Devin Booker was going to need to be more aggressive. He only had 10 points last game, and he was settling for a lot of threes and jump shots.
Right.
But I think it's kind of got to be the other way. I think he's got to be aggressive, kind of foul hunt a little bit, and then go ahead, put that money in at the line because he shoots the free throw so well. Devin will go for at least a 30-piece. Shake back. Don't go on vacation, Willie. Don't be coming on here and trolling me with Devin Booker getting 30. This is my boy Willie. We just met him over there. Go check out Shake Back Media. We had a great time. Look forward to him coming back on the watch party.
Yeah, Tony, I was just going to say that's actually, honestly, a great bet. I mean, not only was he struggling from the field, but he just didn't really play that much, especially in the fourth quarter when they were down, attempting the amount of comeback. He was more so on the bench than he was on the floor, and so I could definitely see him being aggressive tonight. They need at least a 30-piece if they're going to be successful and if they're going to win this game. I don't know if you got the Bucks winning this game, but I actually have the Bucks tying up the series after today.
Yeah, I have them too. So I have the Bucks in 7 because here's what I believe. The Bucks are good enough to go to Phoenix and win a game. I think both teams are capable of winning a road game. But in the Bucks case, if you can just get one game from Bryn Forbes and Connington where they can give you 20 off the bench and Holiday and Middleton can show up, and the most important thing that I need to see is for Giannis to understand that the green rectangle, the dude shoots 70% in the paint. Get your freak body down there and dunk on people all night. I just want to see endless ESPN highlights of Giannis just flushing on folks all night long. Right, just like that. You hit that groove. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, come on. I'm right there with you, brother.
We just got copyrighted right there.
Let's hope not. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead, brother. Take it away.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I mean, like we saw against the Brooklyn Nets the last couple of games, Giannis really – it was a point of emphasis for him to take it to the hoop. And then as we saw in the last game, I mean, they really made that another point of emphasis to really just shove it down their throats and to keep, scoring down low because – honestly, the Phoenix Suns don't have any bodies that they could throw at Giannis. I mean, DeAndre Ayton, yeah, but he tends to be a little foul happy at times. And so once he goes to the bench or if he ever gets in foul trouble, they just don't have anyone to guard Giannis. And so I hope Giannis can continue to be aggressive and stop shooting the 3 ball. Stop pulling up for jumpers. Stop shooting mid-rangers. Yeah, I'm with you. He should continue to take it in and dominate his way inside because, quite frankly, there's no one over there that can stop him.
You will hear me lose my mind when Giannis takes a 3 if you were part of the broadcast. We do have a question here from Fel K, and I'm interested on your response. I'll give mine. Tony, any thoughts about Kuzma saying he is an all-star 25-point per game amazing playmaker after negative comments? I'll say this. I definitely 100% believe that Kyle Kuzma is a 25-point-a-game scorer. On the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Detroit Pistons, not on a playoff winning basketball team. And as a Lakers fan, peace, buddy. You want to score 25 points a game and you want to go and be an all-star and make paper, I got no problem with that. But you are not going to score 25 points a game on a Lakers team that can contend for a title. That's just the bottom line that Kuzma, I do not believe, can be the consistent centerpiece for a winning basketball team. Now, if he goes somewhere and has success, I'm not going to root against him and be like, oh, well, I was wrong about Kyle Kuzma. No, I wish him all the success in the world. So yes, but not on the Lakers. He's not going to be that guy on the Lakers. What do you got, Steezy?
I'm right there with you. I mean, I'm not primarily a Lakers fan. I'm primarily a Miami Heat fan, but my family, they're all Laker fans. And so I'm always rooting for the Lakers. Bron's always one of my favorite players. Kuzma's a guy that I've been watching for years. And when they decided to trade away everyone in the young core except for Kyle Kuzma, I thought that they were making a grave mistake. I thought that Kyle Kuzma was the worst of the young core. I always thought that he was an empty calories type of guy. I always thought that he was an empty scorer type of guy. And while he's made certain strides here and there, especially defensively, I'm 100% with you. I don't think that he's a number 3, not even a number 4 option for a title contending team. He had an opportunity to step into that role against the Phoenix Suns early this playoffs, but just like everyone else around him, Dennis Schroeder especially, he faltered, he folded, and I think he's running out of chances. I think that if LA wants to make this team a little better than what it was last year, I think Kuzma has to go. I think they can attach him with the first-round pick, maybe sign and trade Montrezl Harrell if he's willing to accept that player option. But, yeah, I'm with you. I think Kuzma has to go. But, yeah, maybe for a team like the Thunder, for the Pistons, maybe another bottom feeder like, I don't know, who knows? What's another bottom feeder out there? Kind of Timberwolves, maybe. But, I think he's out of there.
I agree. I think definitely on one of those teams, he can be box office for a small market. He's fun, and he can have like some 40-point games, and he can average 25 on a bad team. Bolster, this is funny. I like this. The Bucks know they have Giannis, right? Yes, they do. But why is Giannis standing at the top of the three-point line? Why isn't he in the paint? Like, it works both ways. Giannis has to know where to go to get the ball, as well as it goes the other direction. So, although I love the comment and it's funny, he has to do his part too. He has to get down there. I don't want Giannis to have the ball at the top of the key. I mean, no. Unless he's gonna drive. I don't want him tempted. It's like when my buddy gets out of rehab, I don't take him to the bar. I'm like, hey, let's go somewhere nice and safe. I don't want you out here making dumb decisions. That's what, if you give Giannis the ball at the 3-point line, he starts dribbling and sizing people up and like shooting threes. And I don't want that. I don't want to see it.
For as much as I like Giannis, I mean, that's just honestly a ghastly sight to see. I hate when he's at the top of the key, just trying to break dudes down, trying to take it to the hole just like that, because he doesn't have a reliable off-the-dribble game. And so I don't know why he insists on doing it. He even talked about his frustrations with the Giannis wall that they constantly talk about, that the media constantly, blows out of proportion. And so I think he just feeds right into the defense's hands every single time he's at the top of the key and dribbles.
See, I don't think that they blow it out of proportion. I think that it's just something that he's not really adjusted to. And the way to adjust to it is to be able to get down in the block, call for the ball, and actually have some type of game with your back to the basket. Like I have said many times, I want to see him get together with Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, like Rick Smits, for crying out. Get with the dunking Dutchman from Indiana Pacers back in the day and learn how to score when your back is to the basket. Learn how to get somebody a little dream shake or something so that you have a reliable move when you go down in the block. And he's made a couple of little like turnaround jumpers and showed a little bit of it, but I just think it could be more consistent for the Bucks to even go to another level.
Right. I mean, we've seen in the past. I remember when LeBron was with the Miami Heat. I remember him having workouts with Hakeem Olajuwon, and during his time with the Heat, Bron was really at his best in terms of playing his back to the basket after he started working with Hakeem Olajuwon. Joel Embiid started working with Hakeem Olajuwon. Look at him now. His back to the basket game is one of the best, if not the best, in all of basketball. I recall Kevin Durant working with Hakeem Olajuwon. That's worked wonders for him. Kobe. There's so many stars that's done it. Giannis, I think it's only a matter of time.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. They're showing everybody up there. I got my Uncle Chris Tucker up there. Did you have a touch of Miami Man Radio? He's in the stands, and then they showed Kareem and Oscar there for the Bucks. Got some celebrities out here in Milwaukee just coming to watch the game. This is what I was like. I was talking to somebody else earlier today. Oh yeah, shout out to Raw Minds Sports. I was saying that like it doesn't matter who wins this NBA Finals. Neither one of these teams is going to be favored to win next year. Like we're talking about Giannis and legacy and whatever, but Brooklyn's going to be a bigger favorite. Most likely the Lakers. We talked about Kuzma. I think they move and get a guy that might not be a huge name, but if they bring in like a Jeremy Grant or somebody like that,
Wow.
they'll be ahead of either one of these teams next year in the standings just because they have AD and LeBron, and it's, adjusting based on health. So I want to see, like I said, I want to see the Bucks win, but even if they win, they're going to be like third in the East, maybe like if the Sixers make a trade and they land Dame, then now all of a sudden it's Brooklyn, Sixers, and then the Bucks to win out of the East.
And who knows? I mean, the Miami Heat always whale hunting, and I'm not even bringing them up just because of my team, but you just never know who they could possibly acquire. I mean, I understand Kawhi Leonard might be out for the majority, if not all of next season, but imagine if he was to land with a team like the Heat, if he was to leave the Clippers, they could always trade for another big name. But I'm right there with you. I think that this is really the best opportunity, at least especially the Suns, just because there's no way a 37-year-old Chris Paul is going to lead this team back to the promised land next year. Like you said, the Lakers are going to be up there, the Nuggets, the Blazers. What if Dame is able to get some help in Portland? Dallas, What if Luka gets another running mate? Golden State. What if they're able to trade that 7th and 14th pick for a guy like a Bradley Beal? Maybe they get Ben Simmons. And so there's too much competition in the West, and the same goes for the Bucks. Brooklyn, I mean, James Harden, Kyrie, if they're all healthy, they're a finals. I think they're a lock for the finals. So, yeah.
Yeah. He pulled the chair out from underneath him. That's an old school Rick Mahorn move. Bad boy basketball. And Bolster, if you're still here, I think Giannis might be trying to do me a favor because I have him at the under 61.5 fantasy points tonight in our prize pick. So maybe he's trying to help a brother out. There's a lot of moves that to me this offseason could really shift things. But I don't really think I guess here, let me put it this way. I kind of want to disagree about CP3 staying with the Suns because I like a lot of these players on their team that I think could get bigger minutes in the regular season and they could still win a lot of games. Like I think Cam Payne has proven in regular season basketball, you could give him about 22, 25 minutes a game and lower CP3's minutes, and he's a usable point guard. I like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson off the bench. And then hopefully Ayton continues to work on his game. I say hopefully. I mean, technically I hope he doesn't, to be honest with you. But I assume he'll work on his game, and the Suns will be back to being competitive. I would just still have the Lakers ahead of them next year in the West at least. And depending on what the Warriors did, Warriors could be interesting if they added another piece and Wiggins all of a sudden becomes like a sixth man for that team. Warriors could be nice.
Yeah, honestly, if the Lakers aren't the team to represent the Western Conference next year, I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to say the Warriors, whether or not they add another piece. I just think that Steph Curry, he's going to continue to build off what he did this past year. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, I feel like that's enough. James Wiseman, if they don't trade him, he should only continue to elevate and improve his game. But they do have the 7th and 14th overall picks. They have some salaries that they could trade. They could trade future picks. And so they have a lot of ammo, and I can't wait to see what they do. But they're going to be a very intriguing team next season.
Gotta be kidding me, Connington. Gotta be kidding me. This is the finals. Get it together. He looks like an Abercrombie & Fitch model. Whenever I see Connington, I'm always like, wait, did I see you at the H&M earlier today? Like, no. I'm sorry. I just got flustered with an air ball 3. I'm not that big on the Warriors if they don't add anything. I don't think Wiseman's ready to be that guy, although I liked how confident he was because that dude was taking step back threes as the center. And I was like, who gave you this green light? Like, it's like, oh, you're playing with world champions on your team and you're taking step back threes. Like, they really empowered him to say, like, okay, go big fella, like figure this thing out. Unfortunately, his season ended with injury, but I watched him quite a bit because I had him on my fantasy roster. And I was just like, oh, I like this kid's game. It's better than people are giving it credit for, which I think also kind of makes him a desirable trade chip. Like exactly. if they want to move him somewhere, I think there's a lot of teams that could be interested in adding somebody like that. You know, maybe there's a Minnesota involved. Not to say that Wiggins wants to go back, but maybe you try and move Cat out there, and so you have a dominating center with two guards and Steph and Clay, and Draymond still kind of anchoring the veteran in the defense.
Do you think a guy like Bradley Beal would move the needle if they were to acquire Bradley Beal to pair alongside Clay, Steph, Dre?
Obviously it's scoring, but that's a really small lineup. If I were a Lakers fan, I'd be like, great, let's get some bigger wing defenders out there on these guys, try and bother their shots and just beat them up in the paint because they wouldn't be able to do anything. So I think that it does obviously do something, and I like Bradley Beal as a defender, but I wouldn't love that for them. For me, the move that I would like to see them add is a bigger person. Jrue Holiday just almost blew a layup. I would be like, bro, this is 8-year NBA Finals. If you're missing layups, like I said, I'm about 15, 20 seconds ahead of you. But you miss layups, bro. You might want to just go to a well and just start tossing pennies in there and just be like, I need it. I need some help. Somebody come get me from these NBA Finals. Oh, man.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the last game, Jrue's – well, actually, no, even with the last game, his inefficiency has been something to watch. It hasn't just been in the finals. It's really been an entire playoffs. Defensively, he's been there, but offensively, I don't know why he's been struggling so badly with his shot. It's not as if Phoenix has defenders to just throw him off. And so I don't know what's going on with Jrue, but he better get it together. Otherwise, it's looking like it's going to be Suns in 5.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to go there yet, but that hurt. That hurt to hear somebody say that out loud. Suns winning, ending that fast. Bucks shot 2 for 10 from 3, and it's only a 3-point game. That's what I'm looking at. This is the solace I'm taking right now. Just a quick skim over it. Everything else is pretty much even. Mm-hmm. Suns turn the ball over 5 times in the first half, and you're losing by 3. Not good. But I think Bolster hit the nail on the head. You want to see Giannis get involved more, whatever that means. He is the guy you're paying that kind of money to. So I think that only being down 3 is good for the Bucks, and also being up 3 if you're the Suns feels pretty good too. You're like, hey, we turned the ball over 5 times and we still have a 3-point lead. Imagine if we clean that up and we get these shots falling. Because there was a couple times in that first half where they were throwing the ball, Ayton turned the ball over, passing to nobody. CP3 had a bad turnover. They could they could make some waves if they clean it up on that end. So maybe you're right, but I don't want to go there yet, Steezy. I can't.
Too early.
I just want – come on, Bucks. Fear the deer.
Do you think that Giannis could be the number 1 on a championship winning team without a jumper?
Oh, this is you're walking right into my Middleton argument. Okay, here's my thing that I always talk about with Middleton and Giannis. Their combo cannot be compared to a Scottie and Mike. One, because neither one of them, I think, is Michael Jordan, has anything even close to that sort of mindset to basketball. But mostly, I compare them more to Shaq and whoever you want to fill in the blank with. Because if you look at where he does a lot of his dominance, it's going to be right there in the paint, right? It's going to be Giannis getting in here, high percentage, and just crushing people all the time. And with Middleton, he has the ability to make the shots, take the shots, be the guy late in games. It's just really, I think both of them, it's a confidence thing. Giannis seems to be a little more confident, but Middleton, I really think it needs to be more of hey, when the fourth quarter comes, I don't want my guy worrying about the free throw line and the random fans in the Phoenix counting to 10, or whatever building they're playing in. Give me the ball. Go ahead and count to 10 because I'm just all night. 3 free throw, jumper, doesn't matter. So I think he can be the number 1 guy, but we're not used to seeing that, Steezy. We're not used to seeing the guys who dominate in the post win multiple championships without excellent guard play.
Right.
Tim Duncan and Shaq are kind of the outliers of the last couple of years. They are supremely gifted. we're talking about top 12 players of all time. Like they're both in my top 10, but I think they should be in at least everybody's top 12. Like, come on, Middleton, get it together. Get your.
So to kind of go off that question that I just asked, what do you say to the people that say that Khris Middleton is more of the Batman than Giannis is Robin?
Neither of them are Batman. They're both Robins.
Oh my goodness gracious! I feel like I just got heckled at the
Tony Tucker
Comedy Club. Robson, I owe you 2 positive comments, so I'm going to try and get him out of the way right away. Okay?
Go for it.
I'm just kidding. I don't subscribe to the Batman Robin because again, that feels Jordan Pippen to me. Like I said, the comparison I made in a post, Easy, was that Giannis feels like young Shaq on Orlando, and Middleton feels like Penny. And if you gave them a couple more years together, that would be winning championship. But Shaq left. I didn't like the coach either, and Brian Hill. I don't know enough. Brian Hill, I'm sure you're a wonderful man and a great basketball coach. You made it to the NBA Finals. But I would say that that's more of the comparison to me on that end. Robson, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, gentlemen. How are y'all?
Oh,
doing wonderful.
I'd be doing better if Khris Middleton would start making some of these threes. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I find it funny immediately when I get in here. I'm wondering, how's Tony Tucker doing? And immediately right when I come in here, I hear Tony Tucker just screaming and hollering and whining. And I'm like, good Lord, just name it the Tony Tucker Crying Club.
Oh, my goodness. I'm being trolled in real time now. This is terrible. If it wasn't for Stevie A. Smith's company, I probably would just be drinking all the way to the bottom of the bottle. Aggressive move to the hoop. Finally, Middleton finally gets aggressive. Goodness gracious. We're not asking for that much. Imagine if you're 6'7", you could put the ball on the floor, you could get any shot you wanted, and you only scored 20 points a game in the NBA. That's Khris Middleton. Like, that's insane to me that you could have as much skill as him and you average 20.9 points a game in the NBA. Dude should be at 26 easily.
It's this inconsistency. That's my biggest issue with Khris Middleton. He can have one great game, drop 40 points, make 10 of 23s or whatever the heck he shoots, and then the next game out, he throws up a dud. That's just Khris Middleton. That's just how he is.
Oh, my goodness. You know what the worst thing is, Steezy, when you talk to a Jets fan and they're, oh, I'm sorry, Alex, I can't do it. I try to say nice things. I'm trying. I got to stop. Let me save that comment for later.
Tony, you got to realize, man, I am associates with Joe Morley Sports. I can handle anything.
Just constantly being trolled. Ooh, and the flush.
Uh-oh. I speak of the name of the devil, he shall appear.
He did.
How you doing, Joe?
Did he come in here? I can't even see him. Let's continue to hide Morley behind the comments here.
Joe, do you want to?
No, Joe. Is Joe doing the pretend to be frozen thing? What am I missing? Why can't I see Joe? Oh, his microphone's muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Joe.
It's okay.
No, I'm here. I'm asking you guys. Here's the question, off topic.
Yes.
What do you guys think is more beautiful, Alicia Keys or Halle Berry?
Oh man.
Ooh.
Wow. Angel, what's going on? Thanks for joining.
Angel,
good question.
I'm going with a classic because Halle Berry is my generation. Like, this is like, I remember the first time I saw Halle Berry, I was like, they make human beings that look like that are that angelic, that are that like she just, everything she said looked smart and wonderful. And I was like, wait, you want me to run through that wall? Yes, absolutely. I'll do it. Like, I was just in. I'll do it. It's Halle Berry! It's Halle Berry!
Halle Berry. Anyway.
Yeah, I gotta go with Halle Berry. I mean, Alicia Keys, her voice is beautiful, and I think that's a huge turn on if you have a nice voice like that. But Halle Berry, I mean, my God, she could rock the short hair, the long hair, and she's just damn near a goddess, really.
You haven't heard my voice.
Halle Berry. Oh, I would love to, Joe.
I'll start singing to
Oh,
okay, Joe, go ahead. My headphones are off.
I will say this though. When I was young, I had an Alicia Keys poster on my wall, so I was not like
No
it's
way.
not like this isn't a blowout. You know, this isn't a.
Did you French it?
They French the poster? No, I'm not a
Did you French
weirdo, bro. Why would I do that?
I don't know what you're into, brother.
Alex, thanks for
asking
joining us
questions.
today, but we'll see you next time.
I'm just trying to get to know my man Tony. I'm just trying to know what's up.
Alex is also saying that ranch with pizza is weird too, right, Alex?
What?
Yes, that's disgusting.
Alex, why do you come here and just upset the apple cart right away?
I don't know what ranch is just a ranch on pizza doesn't make sense to me. It just
Not
doesn't.
on the pizza, but if you get, do you like jalapenos?
Sometimes.
Of course you don't. You're not old enough. But once your palate gets a little more sophisticated, my friend,
The hell does that mean?
you'll start to. I'm talking about like once the palate enhances to a level of which it can handle a jalapeno on a regular. You put a jalapeno and a black olive and a pepperoni, and then you get a little ranch in there once in a while to offset the heat. It's money.
Two things.
Yes,
Two
go
things.
ahead.
First off, my stepfather is actually an executive chef, so I have a palate, my friend. But second of all, ranch on pizza is just I feel like that is less acceptable in my opinion. I don't think either are less acceptable than pineapple on pizza.
It's like Giannis shooting a three, right? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah. Giannis shooting a three just doesn't
It's
make
like
sense.
pineapple
Neither
on- See, I married a Filipino, and they like pineapple on pizza, and so like
It's the right thing to do.
it's
I mean-
weird to me, but I accept it because I'm married into it. I won't eat it. Don't get me wrong. I'm Italian. We don't do that kind of stuff. But
good man.
but I will say that I am okay with it because I love my wife. That's
right.
the answer I'm going to give.
Back to basketball. I got a question for all of you. Back to basketball. Got a question for all of you. Why the hell is Brook Lopez shooting threes like he's Steph Curry? Like this is
Because I
Brook
got a
Lopez.
prize picks. Because I
You
got
are
a
not
prize
that
picks
guy.
lineup. He's like, I need to get Tony 10.5 points tonight.
Brook
Speaking
Lopez.
of-
You are not that guy. You are not that guy.
Speaking about this game, Tony, Aiton,
Yes.
the guy that we were talking about, got 2 assists in the first quarter.
Joe, I told you that I was thinking about hitting the over on that because you have to. The trend was 0 assists. That's weird to get 0 assists.
3 games in a row, he had 0.
I know the odds would tell you if he averages 1.4 a season, he's got to get 2 at some point. He got him 2 in the first quarter. This is why I would say Prize Picks loves you.
Okay. Yeah, they love me. No, Prize Picks loves me, I'll tell you that.
Yes, they do.
And the Phoenix Suns have not lost back-to-back games in the postseason so far this postseason.
No, that's
The
not
14th,
true
so.
because they lost
Lakers.
lost back to the Lakers, and if AD didn't get hurt, that series was over in 5 games. My
Is
friends.
that even real postseason? I mean, they were Lakers, and it was like early. They sucked.
That series
Lakers
was
are
over
bubble frauds.
in 5.
I've been calling it since day one.
Oh my!
Can't say that.
There you go, Alex.
Yes!
Burn them.
Fear
Burn
the
'em.
deer! I'm flexing out of this T-shirt.
So Alex, if another team had won the finals, let's say the Heat in the bubble, would they be bubble frauds as well, or does that only apply to the Lakers?
No, if the Heat won the damn thing, then test everybody because that'd be the most insane thing ever. That definitely would have been bubble fraud. Good God.
6 minutes
Heat-
left.
The Heat would not have made it there if it wasn't for the bubble. Like, honestly, as much as I loved the Heat coming into the season that year, I thought they were a really good basketball team, but there was no way in the world they were a finals team.
Yeah, I mean, coming from a Heat fan myself, I didn't even expect the team to make the Eastern Conference Finals. So when they made it that
Exactly.
far, when they made it to the finals, I didn't expect them to get a game. But they ended up getting, what was it, 2 games out of the
I think
Lakers,
so,
and
yeah.
every other team in the Western Conference got 1. And so there was some legitimacy to their finals run. But yeah, for the most part, I thought it was more of a Cinderella type thing, more of a fluke than an actual run.
I agree. And that's the same thing I think with the Lakers, too. I think it would have been significantly different. If the season was played normally, you have home court advantages and all that kind of stuff like that. I think that's the thing
But you
that's
don't-
very underrated in basketball is home court advantage.
No, that's a real thing, but you don't think that with 2 top 5 players on the roster, maybe 2 top 7 players, that they would have been a finals team anyway, even if the bubble wasn't a factor?
That I don't know about because that Western Conference was really a 2-team race. It was the Clippers and the Lakers. So I really didn't know. And I don't know, did we get that matchup in that postseason? I don't think they met in the Western Conference that
They've
year.
never met in the postseason because the Clippers
baby brother,
take
right?
care of business with the Nuggets.
Yeah, their baby brother, basically. But, yeah. So, yeah, we don't know. I think that was a 2-team race. They got upset in the second round. And I think it would have been a different story in a normal season. So I think we would have gotten that titanic matchup between the 2 teams of the Clippers and the Lakers in that playoffs if it was regular season. But with the bubble, I think it was just a different atmosphere.
I definitely believe that. I definitely believe that the Clippers-Nuggets series would have been different because Paul George was a completely different player without the bubble this year. Like, everybody was in the way off P, pandemic P mode. I just don't see this idea that nobody ever has bad games. We look at Michael Jordan's career through these rose-colored glasses. Like, he never passed up shots. MJ would have taken that. MJ won every game, whatever. That's not really how it works. And, like, great players have bad games. But what happened to Paul George in the playoffs last year, it was clearly something was going on. He just wasn't right. He was fantastic in this postseason. And trust me, I don't want to say anything nice about the Clippers. What I do want to say is that series, had it been able to be played at both, I think would have gone differently, especially if the Clippers were able to accumulate a 3-1 lead. Like, it just would have been a different series in my mind. But still, the Lakers' problem, and will be next year or whatever, the Lakers could keep the same exact roster as far as I'm concerned, and I would still have them as one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the Western Conference. The problem will be health. If AD does not come to camp healthy and in shape and ready to go, it cannot be what it is. LeBron's ankle injury is freak, and he has started to kind of like he's gone this way. Like, it's not like he's at the top and he's looking down. He's gone this way. Frank Vogel, if you're watching, I know you are not, but amongst the many of thousands of people who are, stop playing LeBron James 46 minutes on a Tuesday night in Detroit. Lose the game. I don't care if he plays. Do not risk the man for injury for a win in I don't even remember what month it was. It was like January 19th, and the dude was playing like 49 minutes in an overtime game against the Pistons, and I was just pissed, screaming at my TV. Couldn't handle it.
And like you mentioned, Tony, with the Anthony Davis thing, it's gotten to the point for me where I don't trust him at all because I think he is just such an injury-prone player. And as great as he is when he's healthy, I don't think it's worth the risk when he's injured. Now, I'm not saying trade Anthony Davis. I'm saying get a third option. What do I mean by that? I'm meaning trade the damn farm and everything in it. Go all in and get Dame Lillard. Did you imagine that trio?
Hold on a second, Alex. You think Dame would be the third option on a Lakers team with AD and LeBron?
No, I'm not saying that. I think he'd be option 2
He'd
over
be
Anthony
option
Davis.
1 in my book, and I'm a huge Lakers fan. He's option 1 in my book.
Well, either way, I'm not putting it in any order. You're Lakers fans. You're a Laker fan, Tony. You can put that however order you want to. I'm just saying, get the big 3 complete. Dame Dollar, King James, and AD. And then go get LeBron another damn title because that's what's going to take. You're going to need another guy that can light it up and let LeBron kind of take a backseat because, in my opinion, LeBron has hit that point in his career where I say he's kind of like the Tom Brady of the NBA. Tom Brady, as great as he is, you can kind of see now he needs a little bit more help than he needed back in the day. So I say with LeBron James, get a perennial superstar talent in Damian Lillard that even if Anthony Davis is hurt and hobbled, you still got a guy that will light it up for 50 every now and again in Damian Lillard. So I say that would be the move I'd make if I'm the Lakers, traded everything and anything for Damian Lillard.
So, Alex, it sounds good, right? But if we're being realistic, do the Lakers really even have the assets to cobble together a deal that even matches up to, let's say, a team like the Sixers? They could offer a much better package. Another team, the Miami Heat, could offer a much better package. I mean, it sounds good, like I said, but I think the Lakers, their best and most realistic target, if we're talking about stars, I think is Kemba Walker. That's a good thing or a bad thing, but honestly, I don't think they have what it takes to trade for a Dame.
No, we don't want Kemba. Too much injuries.
No
I want Jeremy Grant. He's not a star, like I said before. He's not a big name. I want Jeremy Grant. He's reliable.
Fringe star.
And here's the thing: he comes to LA and scores 22 points a game and makes an All-Star team for the Lakers. That star is going to start to shoot through the roof. I'll tell you that right now. He played in Denver before. People didn't pay attention to him. He went to Detroit, got 23 and a half or whatever. He comes to LA and puts in 22 points next to LeBron, 23, 24 points. He'll start moving some numbers, start moving some tickets. Middleton, come on, brother.
Tony, as much as I would love that for you, it can't happen because I want Jeremy Grant as a New York Knick. I think he would be a great option for the Knicks. I think he's a young star, and that's something the Knicks need.
I think Dame is, and everything Steezy said, I agree. The Lakers don't have it. If I'm the Lakers and I was the GM, I would consider trading Anthony Davis for Dame. That's how. Because
what are you looking to get out of him, though?
What am I looking to get out of what?
Anthony Davis, if you were to pile a package for him, what would you be looking to get in return for that? Because that's a very good, very, very good player, but he comes with a lot of risk.
I'm just saying, I would basically do that trade straight up if Portland would do it. If you told me that I could get Dame Lillard for Anthony Davis, I think we could get some bigs and we could piece together a good enough squad where I would feel more comfortable going into the postseason with Dame and LeBron than I do with AD and LeBron. Because AD was not – I didn't see enough when he was in New Orleans. They did win the title, bubble, whatever. I have to defend that all the time. I'm tired of defending that title. But it's going forward, I just don't know. He was hurt 3 times this year. You just can't – I can't have a guy who makes $200 million getting hurt 3 times in a calendar year. It just can't happen. He got all that time off, got to come back. At least you're working on your core, cardio, whatever it is you need to get back. Come on, let's send Booker to the line if he's going to make a bucket. I got to have that. Ugh, that was ugly. Giannis.
Tony, I think you make a very good point. Sorry, Alex. But just real fast, I just wanted to say if Damian Lillard was to be traded for an Anthony Davis, I think the LA Lakers would be just fine in terms of the big man. I think Andre Drummond would love to re-sign. I mean, he's the clear-cut big man there. So if AD's gone, I mean, he'd relish in that role. But, yeah, I'm right there with you. I think that's the only trade I'd really consider if I was going to give up AD.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing, man. I was just going to say, if that can be a way to be done straight up AD for Dame Lillard, I'm pulling the trigger on that immediately if I'm the Lakers. I'm yes. Give me Damian Lillard. Please. Because I think you're going to get more out of Damian Lillard than you are Anthony Davis for a full season.
If I'm Portland's GM, I'm having flashbacks of Bill Walton, Greg Oden, Brandon Roy. I'm oh shit, AD. we don't want AD here. We've seen this story so many. Brandon Roy is one of my favorite players, and I had him on fantasy teams. I would cheer for that guy. I was this guy's a killer. He's gonna be so good. And injuries just got the best of him. Just one of those guys you wish.
Y'all just see that shot Devin Booker just made.
Everybody gets lucky, Alex. That's the way I like to look at it. Everybody gets lucky.
That's what the Bucks were in Game 3.
Ooh.
So, Steezy, you mentioned a package the Heat could put together for Dame. I'd like to hear more on what you think that could be. Honestly, what does that look like to get Jimmy Butler to get Dame to the Heat? What does that look like for you?
So I'm not sure if this is a package that trumps all else in the NBA, but what I do know is that it trumps what the Lakers could offer. And I'd really trade damn near the entire farm. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, hopefully he's to engage in the sign and trade because he's going to be a free agent. Same goes with Kendrick Nunn. So you pair those 3 along with as many first-round picks as you could trade, as many first-round swaps as they can make, and then maybe a Precious Achiuwa, Andre Iguodala for salary filler. But I think that's really the best that they could do without trading a Bam or a Jimmy to get a Damian Lillard. But if I'm Portland's GM, I'd much rather have the Miami Heat offer than a Lakers offer if it came down to those two teams.
I agree. That's a lot of young talent to bring back. It also offers a little bit of marketability, right? So you can have like something there, like you're not just getting it. If Dame goes to the front office and says, hey, I'm not coming back. I don't want any part of this. I've given everything I can. I don't want to be the bad guy. Please help me out and trade me so you don't lose me. And to me, that's the right thing to do. If he really does, here's the thing. Everybody's like, loyalty, stay forever. There's also some sort of honor and loyalty if the star comes to you and says, hey, I'm not resigning here. And if you want to get some value for me, you should move me now. Like, I think there's some loyalty and honor in being honest with your team. So if he could do that, those are all young shooters. You focus the team around CJ McCollum. Maybe you try and bring in Alonzo Ball or somebody else at point guard, and maybe you try and restructure your roster that direction. You can still have a competitive, good team with all of those shooters. It'd be nice if they, I don't know, played defense. It's like this thing you do when the other team's trying to score, you try and stop them. It's foreign in Portland, I get it. But try it out. It works.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And honestly, you mentioned loyalty with the whole Damian Lillard situation. In my opinion, that's true if the case was that the organization was doing everything in their power to make you better. I honestly haven't seen that in a situation with Damian Lillard. They haven't really done a lot. They got CJ McCollum, but that's it. They have not done a lot to surround Damian Lillard with talent to win a championship. Damian Lillard is in his prime. He has yet to even come close to the NBA Finals. I think he's a guy who deserves to be on a contending team to win championships. So I just think that Damian Lillard, get the hell out, find a contender, and get out of there, because I think you have done enough and served your time with the Portland Trail Blazers, and it's time to start anew and try and get yourself a championship.
If the Blazers were to acquire, let's say, a Ben Simmons, just because the Blazers, looking at it statistically, they're one of the worst teams in all of basketball in terms of, guarding the opposing team. And so if they were to bring in a guy like a Ben Simmons, does that elevate the Portland Trail Blazers in the Western Conference, or is that more of a lateral move in your guys' opinion?
That's a downward move, in my opinion.
Really?
I'm not a fan of Ben Simmons. I was so high on Ben Simmons coming out of LSU because I thought the guy would work on his jumper, which I always thought was his biggest issue. And I always will say this, and I'll say this on here because I said it in the past, even before like my podcast and the Wars of Sports Network was a thing. I always said, this generation, if Ben Simmons were able to develop a consistent jump shot from around the court, this guy could be the next generation's LeBron James with how purely talented he is. He's big in size, a phenomenal playmaker. Add all that with a good shooting form, he'd be unguardable because he could just do anything he would want to. But he hasn't worked, clearly, and it shows. And honestly, I'm nothing to be scared of with Ben Simmons, because if the guy is passing up wide open dunks, I got nothing to be scared of with him. So I think that is definitely a downward move if I'm the Blazers and I get Ben Simmons and lose Damian Lillard.
Okay, so first of all, it's not a downward move if Dame says he's going to leave. It's not a downward move. If Dame says you're going to leave and you get Ben Simmons back in return, that's better than what they can offer in Miami, because I'd rather have Ben Simmons. And you said that Ben's not working on a shot. I can go find you so much video of Ben Simmons taking jump shots, even making jump shots in high school, in the offseason, whatever. His thing is confidence. He needs to play in a system where he can go and it's not Philly. Playing sports in Philly is tough. It doesn't matter where you are. Look what it did to Carson Wentz. Look what it's done to look what it did to Donovan McNabb. Like it wrecks you as a human being because they're so difficult on you as sports fans. Like they scream, they shout, they boo, they hate the media, everything in Philly. They hate you if you do not win. And that's fine. That's their right to do that. I think if he could go to a place like Indiana, Portland, Minnesota, Ben Simmons could go somewhere and he could fail without being on the front page of a major newspaper and being a joke. Because nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to make fun of Ben Simmons on the back page of the New York Times if he fails in Minnesota, Eden Prairie, or wherever the hell they are. Or like if he fails in Portland, they're not going to make fun of him. He's going to be able to go up there. He's going to be able to try things. He's going to be able to succeed and fail. And that's fine. I really think that people have said Ben Simmons to the Lakers. I don't want him on the Lakers because it's another big city. And although we aren't as critical out here because we have other things to do, the sun shines, it's beautiful. Like we don't get on our athletes the same way they do in Philly. It still is a major place of like stars. You have the court is lined with famous people. You don't want to fail in that scenario. I think Ben Simmons needs to be in a place where it's okay. And no matter what happens, as long as you wear that jersey with that emblem on your chest that says Indiana on it, that guy who was born in the local hospital is going to support you no matter what. They will support you no matter what to the death because that's the kind of sports loyalty they have in the middle of the country, in my opinion. Look at people in Cleveland and Baker Mayfield fans. Alex, they defend that guy to the end, and you hate him. Bolster hates him. The media hates him. Me and everybody from Cleveland are the only people who love Baker Mayfield.
Hold up now. I like Baker Mayfield. Talk to Brian Bolster about hating Baker Mayfield. And everything you just said, Tony, I 100% agree with. And I think that is true. Maybe it's the New York sports fan in me coming out there. As you guys know, I'm a New York Jets fan, New York Knicks fan, also New York Yankees fan. Teams like that, we are impatient in big cities. We are very impatient in these big cities, these big markets, because we want winners. Winners go to the big city where their star can shine the brightest. And I understand that Ben Simmons may be working on his jump shot, continuing to work on his jump shot. And if his confidence is shot, that's okay. But you need to get out of Philadelphia if that's your issue, because they sure as hell ain't going to help you. They're going to make sure it gets worse. So if that really is the issue, if that's the one thing holding Ben Simmons back, yeah, definitely get out of there. Go to Portland. Go to Minnesota. Go to some low down, middle of nowhere team. That's okay. But I honestly don't know if he's like you say you see videos of it. If he is, I don't see it. Like I just feel like he needs either a fresh start or he needs to work on something that he's not already. But I'm rooting for Ben Simmons for sure.
Do you guys think he deserves another chance in Philly, or is it over?
No,
Philly doesn't deserve another chance with him, in my opinion.
Yes.
Oh.
If you can't instill that kind of confidence by now, like something's not working out. Like him and Embiid don't seem to get along. So like, let's move on. Let's get him to the next place.
It's the NBA situation of Carson Wentz, like Tony said.
Hang on a second. I will not stand for this right here. Justin, I never come find you. You didn't get any comments from me when he had 10 points in the last game. Okay?
He's dropping dimes right now, though.
You didn't get anything from old Mr. Tucker when your boy was not good. I don't want to hear from you when he's having a good game. And he's having a good game. Middleton for 3.
If we need for Justin, Tony, you can talk about Aaron Rodgers. If you want to get back at it.
I'm tired of this. I never go and troll people when the stuff they say isn't bad. Devin Booker had 5 bad games a row in the Western Conference Final. They won without him, broken nose or not. 5 bad to average games. I didn't email Justin once. Don't come in here and give me this. You're right, Justin. He did have a great first half. I love this Justin Sports. Go and check him out on YouTube, Instagram. Great guy, great friend. Pal, love this Justin. I just wanted to give him a hard time because he's in here and I have a microphone and he doesn't, so I'm going to shout crazy stuff into it.
I can give him a call.
Justin, we love you, brother. Yes, he's laughing. He gets it. He gets the game. This is all
Justin, if you want to join in on Justin, if you want to join in on this, I can phone you real quick on Instagram if you want to jump in and just yell at Tony Tucker. That'd be amazing.
Oh, Devin Booker off the back iron with a chance to give them the lead. Guess he's not as good as Justin thought. Oh, all right. We got a 52 ball game at halftime here. Okay. Gentlemen, I thank you both so much. We're going to take a break. We're going to play our little halftime video in a second here. Go that. If you guys want to come back and hang out, watch the game, and keep talking sports, all in. If you don't, I get it. Steezy, are you hanging out or you got to take off?
Yeah, no, I'll be here.
Okay. Alex, you ready to go home? Oh, no. Okay. No, Alex is going to – I'm just fucking with you, Alex. Alex is going to stick around. We're going to take a break. Prize Picks. Get on that app. Make your picks. My picks are doing good, I think. I have no idea. But I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. 52-52 at half. We're going to come back and watch the Bucks win in the second half and force this to back to Phoenix. Game's tied up. Go to Prize Picks. Download the app. Use the promo code WARZONE. They match $100 on your first deposit. Alex, I know you want to say something, but just hold it in. What is
Suns
it?
in 5 guarantee.
Sometimes Alex talks, and then you're like, why? Why? Please.
That's what my own mother wonders sometimes.
Throw up that Prize Picks graphic for me, Joe, if you got it back there somewhere. But yes, we'll be back in the second half. I really appreciate these guys. Let's take a break. Let's get something to eat, hydrate. I'm going to refill up my drink. I'm going to check and make sure my kids are doing good. But we are doing – where am I at here? Middleton had some buckets. Lopez is at least 8. Giannis is not doing a lot under the 61. What is CP3's assist? I don't know. And Devin Booker is having a great first half with at least 4 or 5 free throws in the bank. So Prize Picks is on the way. We got money in the bank. All right, let's hit this break. Gentlemen, I'll see you guys in the second half. muted. There we go. Robson, is your mic muted? And Steezy's back.
Sorry
There
about
we
that.
go
I'm a
now.
little late.
The crew
There
is
we
back.
go.
Oh, no, it's all good. I just got back, too. I was having that debate on whether or not to pour myself a second glass. You know, got to make wise life choices. You don't want to be blitzed on the second half and end up passing out during a live stream and Joe just zooms in while you're snoring, you know? Yeah, I'm enjoying this game, though.
Oh, my goodness. Devin Booker is something else right now. He's on another one. And look at that close-up.
That's how I'm going to be after this one, gentlemen.
What you drinking there, Tony Tucker?
Whiskey on the rocks.
There you go. That's how you do it. Classy.
Yes, it is. That's how I do it. Stay classy, San Diego.
There you go.
The Suns came out really nice in the second half here. And
So far, yeah.
it's really bothering me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean,
What I tell you about D-Book, though, man, like, he's come out on fire, showing that one game was a fluke. Like, he's like, I'm taking over this bitch.
That talk is going to have to end real quick, my friend, because you know what? You're fine. Take it. Devin Booker's having a great game.
He is.
He is. He also had a great game one, too, because he was bad for the first three quarters. And in money time, another bad turnover by CP3. That just doesn't happen.
Wow. That's just not him.
Right? Did you see that pass? Like, there's just a bunch of bad passes. There was the Ayton pass a couple minutes ago. Like, I mean, they really should be running away with this game because the Bucks are not playing very well, and they're still in it.
Because Brook Lopez is thinking he's Stephen Curry up in here. I've never seen a big man shoot more threes in my life. What are you doing, man?
Well, granted, he can shoot the three better than most big men, so he has some green light.
You ain't hitting one yet, though.
I'm here for it. I want it to happen. Bring it. I need it.
Off-topic question for you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Y'all own an air fryer? Because I'm using mine right now, and it smells amazing in my apartment right now.
Okay, here's the thing. We had an air fryer, didn't use it, and now it's like in storage. Like now it's just in the garage. So
break it out, man.
I just don't know what I'm going to use it for.
I use it for chicken tenders primarily. Whenever I'm feeling like a kid, I just want to have some chicken tenders and fries. That's what I use it for.
You just said chicken tenders. That means you're a kid. What the hell are you making chicken tenders for?
Because I love chicken.
Okay.
Is that an issue, Tony Tucker?
It's not. My kids love chicken tenders too. But I'm saying I cook real meals.
I do too, but I'm in the mood for some bar food right now, man. Let me just have some chicken and fries.
I know. I mean, so it was game night. So, quick plug, shout out if you want to sponsor the show, Burger King. I went and got myself a chicken because I like the spicy chicken sandwich. And the line is way shorter than Popeyes. Right?
That's
like
true.
I just can't deal with the line for Popeyes. So I got.
How is Popeyes, by the way? Here in Radford, Virginia, we don't have Popeyes. I have never seen a Popeyes before in my life. Yeah, we don't have Popeyes around here. We got Bojangles, but we don't got Popeyes.
Last half, Steezy, just real quick here. Alex, plug your ears. Last half, this guy was talking about big city living in New York. Remember that? And now he's like, oh, out here in the sticks in Ratchford, Virginia, we don't have no Popeyes chicken because we fry our own chicken and we got hot sauce so good make you want to
I can
smack
make you
your
some mean
grandma.
fried chicken, homie. That's in our blood down here in the South, man. If you don't know how to make fried chicken, we don't claim you down here.
Okay, we're dangerously close to heading down a path that'll get us canceled. So I get it. I probably should use the air fryer, but I'm like, I like to cook. I'm good at cooking. I've been cooking since I was little. And so a lot of times I'll make dinner and I just don't use the air fryer. But we had it. Somebody gave it to us as a gift and it just sat there on the counter, taking up space. We put that shit in storage.
I understand.
How you doing, CZ? You get a little refresh, you get a little.
Oh yeah, just a little refresher. It is steaming in here, so I might just have to take off this little jacket of mine, actually. But
Hey,
it looks like you wearing a whole suit up in
easy.
here.
I won't tell anybody if you put on a t-shirt. I've never seen you in not a suit coat, but I promise not to tell the rest of the sports media world that Steezy did not have on a suit and tie.
Oh, there we
for a
go.
podcast.
It's coming off now.
There
we go.
Somebody's been working on their traps. Yeah, brother.
Hey, but thank you, Tony. I appreciate that because a lot of people out there, tattletaling nowadays. So
exactly, it's your secret safe with me. I don't reshare DMs or at whatever the young kids do. I'm an old man. I mean, but not old like Rappaport. I'm not gonna Rappaport you, is what I'm saying. Basically, I'm not gonna go out there and be like, KD was mean to me.
Yeah, that was kind of a weak move on his end, just because KD. I mean,
I felt like he did it to get some publicity.
Oh, really? More of a PR thing?
Yeah, like he was just like, hey, I could use a little bit of heat, and one of the biggest stars in the NBA is saying some horrible stuff. Why don't I put this out? Like, honestly, I couldn't figure out another reason for it. It's like, why are you sharing this with us? Like, the dude you go at him every time Rappaport goes on sports talk or whatever, he would just sort of roast KD for not coming to the Knicks. Because if KD would have went to the Knicks, you know that Rappaport would have loved him. But since he didn't, he was always going after him or whatever. When this guy comes at you, people have said horrible things to me in our very own comment section on this thing. Not let alone, I used to write for Bleacher Report. People used to tell me to kill myself or wish my mom would like die or whatever. I didn't go and put that on the internet. What does that get me? Nothing.
Right.
Publicity. That's why Rappaport did it.
Yes. They wanted to tell me how awful I was for saying that the Sixers were bad, which they were. Mm-hmm. This is a long time ago. This is like Allen Iverson days.
God, you that old?
Yes, Robson.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yes, Robson. I'm older than that. I remember the Sixers. I don't quite remember the Sixers with Charles Barkley, but I definitely watched basketball at that time. But back then, it was like you only got to see the games that were local.
Gotcha.
Wow, Tony, that's
oh
crazy
no, Randy Pepperton. Randy Pepperton's in the chat.
To Tony.
We had so Steezy, a couple weeks ago, we had a guy who would come in here and we kicked him out because he was saying some pretty awful stuff. And he created a parody account called Tony is Fat to get back in. So he created his own YouTube channel called Tony is Fat and like came back in to troll me from a different thing when we kicked him out. It was pretty funny. It was actually entertaining.
Oh, Tony Tucker, my chicken tenders are done. I'll be right back.
Right. Enjoy. Get your dipping sauce ready. Don't use ranch. That's blasphemous. Get him off the screen. Goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness. No, I was just gonna say, Tony. For me, it's always been a dream of mine to write for Bleacher Report one day, and to hear that you used to write for them. I mean, that's wow. I mean,
okay. Let me clarify. I used to write for him when it was free, before Bleacher Report blew up, so anybody could write for him. But I became like one of the, I don't even know what you call it, like one of the featured, they called us like featured columnists or whatever. So if you wrote enough for them, they would sort of like make sure your article was up at the top. And it was like kind of like what we're trying to do with the War Zone. Like it was a very community oriented, everybody's chipping in towards the greater good. One of the guys that I wrote with there, I believe his name is Eric Ball. He covers the Denver Nuggets now. Like he's like there's a couple other people on there that I used to write with quite a bit. And I wrote a lot of stuff that got a lot of hatred. I wrote a column called The 10 Biggest Losers in NBA History, and it was basically like great players that were never going to win or never won championships. So it was like Barkley and Ewing and Miller and Iverson and whatever else.
Stockton.
Yeah, Stockton and Malone, who I think they were like number 2 as a combo on the list. But it was like the greatest players, the greatest losers in NBA history. And that piece itself elicited hundreds of comments, mostly hateful from Philadelphia fans.
What? Why the hate?
Because I had Allen Iverson as the greatest loser on my list. He was the number one. He was the greatest person who never won a championship on the list. I thought I was being nice.
So out of the 10 players that were on that list, you think that AI is the best one of them all? Better than Barkley, better than Malone?
Yeah, I look at it as when you watch that team that he took to the NBA Finals, that's the great, one of probably the greatest single season feat. Maybe I would put up the LeBron James first Cavs run to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
You just look at who's on that roster and you're like, how did this team get to the finals? Like, how are these people in the NBA Finals? I get it, they're good, but they shouldn't be there. So, like, I had him at number one for that because the Utah Jazz teams, people forget, like, those teams were together. They had veterans and they had 2 Hall of Famers. They were supposed to be there. Like, it was their time. They just ran into Michael Jordan, and that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But Allen Iverson was playing with, like, I can't even remember, Eric Snow.
Mutombo.
It just was not a very good. I don't even remember who the number 2 scorer was on the team. Maybe like Larry Hughes or like, I can't off the top. I'm just like, what is this team doing here? And then in game 1, he scores like 40 something points.
48.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, granted though, the Sixers, they had the 6th man of the year in Eric Snow. They had the defensive player of the year in Mutombo. They had the MVP in AI, and they also had the coach of the year in what's his name?
Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. And so, I mean, he had some sort of help. I think that if the Cavs had won at least one game against the Spurs, that might have been more of an accomplishment, but they didn't. And then for the Sixers to even get a game against who many claim the Lakers were honestly one of the best, if not the best, postseason team of all time. Because what was it? They went 15-1 or 16-1 during that entire postseason run.
Yeah, I think they were. I think it was like I don't know, was it 16-2 or something? They'd lost the game early on, I believe.
They did. Okay.
I can't remember. They'd lost, and then they had won 15 straight up to, like, they lost the first game, and then they had been sweeping everybody. And it was game 1 of the finals, and Iverson came out and put 48 on them. And I just was like, this is one of the greatest performances I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was beyond comprehension. I mean, my goodness.
It was crazy. And Reggie Miller had done a few of those games, not in the finals, but like Reggie Miller had a few of those games. Patrick Ewing, had many games like that. But I put together a list and I got a lot of hate. The other people that were really big trolls when I was on writing for Bleacher Report, and this is like, I don't know, 14 years now, maybe longer, was Patriots fans. The worst. They were the worst. They would get on there like, I remember getting a comment one day where it was like, please drink bleach. Like that was the comment because I had the Patriots had beaten the Titans. They were up like 52-7, and then they brought in their backup and threw a bomb to make it like 59-7. And I was like, this is garbage. Why is this happening right now? And like this, like I just didn't like it. I'm like, just get out of there. Just went and finish the game. Nobody needs to get hurt or whatever. And people were just saying the most horrible things to me. It was hilarious. Hatred.
Wow, bro.
Hatred.
It's crazy the type of things that people would say behind the screen. Because I know for a damn fact a lot of these people wouldn't say any of these things in person. And so for me, I would never say anything behind the screen that I wouldn't say in person. So
yeah, I don't have any accounts that don't have like some sort of link to me or my face or something, Yeah, it's not, and I'm also not out there to just like hate on people. Like I'll usually debate the comment as to why, and like, I believe in the article, like part of the thing that I said was like, I get it. The other team is supposed to play defense, but at a certain point, like, come on, you're up 52-7, Belichick. Like, what are you doing? And he was just going for it. He's just throwing deep balls and bombs.
Maybe he was trying to score. I mean, maybe he was trying to set a new scoring record. Who knows?
Yeah, I really don't. I don't even remember who. I think it might have been the end. No, I think Jeff Fisher was already gone. Like, I don't even know who the coach was of the team. at that time, but it was a beatdown. It was a full-on beatdown. And I didn't like it. And so I wrote about it, and people did not care for it. Oh, come on! Garbage. I can't tell, Steezy, I can't tell if this is a good game or if this is just a game that both teams are playing equally average and turning the ball over. And sometimes you watch a game and it's good because neither team is sharp instead of it being good because both teams are sharp. That's the thing that's always weird to me. Always just trying to figure out, you watch a game and there's runs and teams are going back and forth and hitting shots. This is more like teams are going back and forth, and it's more like the Suns because they're turning the ball over, and the Bucks aren't making shots, and Giannis isn't having a monstrous game. And I would say that that's worse for the Bucks because I don't typically know Giannis to dominate late. Maybe somebody can come in here and correct me on a time when Giannis has been, a nice little stretch where he's been dominant in the fourth quarter. Campaign showing off again. I'm telling you, he's going to be a very solid backup for this team next year.
Yeah, he's really starting to come into his own. I mean, he's been a journeyman his whole career. He's had stops with the Wizards, the Thunder, numerous other teams, and it's really cool to see him balling out like this in Phoenix. He deserves it.
Yeah, it's nice to see players get it, right? Because you never want to see the Markelle Fultz with the Sixers. You never want to see somebody that's makes it to the highest level. I always wanted to be a professional. I wanted to be a hockey player when I was a kid. I was never going to play with those guys, but I never once rooted for somebody to suck just to suck.
Right. That's just such a bad thing to do. I mean, why root for someone's downfall?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely rooted for, yes, Devin Booker hit 6 free throws. Okay, stop scoring. Prize Picks, promo code Warzone. There it is.
Got money, Tony Tucker.
Yes. Middleton going to the rack. Okay. I have rooted for people to do bad because I want my team to win, but never just this human being, I want them to fail. No, these guys are all, presumably living their dream. They worked hard. The amount of shots they took, the amount of sacrifices. I look at my nephew, who's a superstar athlete out here in Southern California, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, he'll be crying. He's 10. He wants to go to a birthday party, but he can't because he's got a doubleheader all-star baseball tournament out in the desert in 109-degree heat, and he just wants to go swim with his cousins. But if he wants to try and be Mike Trout, he doesn't get to do that. He's got to go to that tournament and hit 6 for 8 with a couple home runs and a couple doubles. I don't want to brag on my nephew or anything, but he's pretty good at baseball. But
he sounds like a superstar to me.
He's so freaking, and he doesn't even care. He likes football better. I'm like, do you realize how good you are at baseball? And you're just hitting the long ball already. It's pretty insane.
Wow.
He doesn't care. But I see the sacrifices they have to make. I extrapolate that over what other great athletes have to do. You go away to camp, you learn, you study, you miss all sorts of stuff. You miss part of your youth to try and be great at something. Why would I root for that person to suck for no reason?
See, that's what you're saying right there is what Brian Bolster thinks I am about Sam Darnold. I need someone to tell him I'm not because he won't believe me that I want Sam Darnold to succeed, but he's not going to, but I want him to.
Yeah, I disagree. I think that you don't want that to happen, but I get why. Robson, I get why you wouldn't want that to happen, and I'm glad you enjoyed your Tyson chicken. I think that you don't want what, Hungry Man?
Just the generic great value from Walmart, nothing special.
There's no need to be given. Walmart has enough business. Come on, we don't plug Walmart.
It's literally 2 minutes away from my apartment, so it's easy.
Walmart's putting us all out of business. Pretty soon they'll have people here from Walmart who are greeting and doing my show for me.
There you go. I mean that is where Bill Belichick gets most of his wide receivers, right?
snap. I almost drafted Kendrick Bourne in a league. I think I'm on the clock in a slow draft. They're probably like, pick Tucker, we need to go. I think that you don't want Sam Darnold to succeed because he didn't have a good run with your Jets. That's all. I get that part. What if he goes to the Panthers and he's just great? You're telling me that you're going to be happy for him?
I'm going to be. I'm like, good. You finally turned it around. You're looking like a decent football player now. You finally have fixed your issue. I hate you didn't do it with the Jets, but I'm happy you did it. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sorry to say that, but I just don't think Sam Darnold's going to succeed.
What if his issue was Adam Gase?
that seems to be a common theme. That seems to be a common theme, but I think Ryan Tannehill is more skilled than Sam Darnold in terms of being able to read a defense and not make dumb decisions.
Go ahead, Steezy. What were you going to say?
No, actually forgot what I was going to say, but Alex, I wanted to ask, you were talking about how if Sam Darnold does have success in Carolina, you'd be happy for him. Well, how would you describe success for him in Carolina? What would success look like? Just because in New York it was atrocious. It was terrible. What would success look like in Carolina?
For Carolina, it's a different story because, as you just mentioned, the Jets had a terrible roster around him. As much as I don't like Sam Darnold, I will never deny that the Jets failed him. But he failed himself too. He failed himself too because he never got better at what he struggled at, which was limiting the turnovers, processing the defensive scheme, and making good reads and good decisions. He has gotten, actually, in my opinion, worse throughout his NFL career at that. I mean, there was multiple cases last year in his final season with the Jets where this guy was thrown in the double coverage, triple coverage constantly, and it was nauseating. So for success for me, my thing with Sam Darnold with the Jets is I knew that roster was not built to win. And I really don't think Carolina's is built to win that much early. So I think for Sam Darnold, success is progression. If he scales back the turnovers, if I can see that he's able to read a defense better, if he seems more composed in the pocket and making clean, good decisions, then I think that's Sam Darnold succeeding. I'd be very happy to see that for him. But I just don't see it happening. I don't think he has the mental strength to actually get through this low point in his career and pull through.
Wow. Strong words. Well, one thing's for certain, Adam Gase isn't over there anymore, so let's hope that maybe that does wonders in and of itself.
There's no excuses for him anymore. He has the excuses of it being a bad organization. He has the excuse of a bad GM and Mike McCagnon, bad head coach and Adam Gase, bad situation in general. All those are gone now. He's got a great offensive coordinator in Joe Brady. He's got Robbie Anderson back. He's got DJ Moore. He's got an okay offensive line, better than he ever had really with the New York Jets, but still not a great offensive line. He's got a great defense backing him up too. There is no more excuses for him. If he struggles again, good luck getting a job because your contract is very, very short. Your leash is very, very short. So if I'm Sam Darnold, he has to succeed and show progression right away.
No doubt. I think his biggest, just for the lack of a better term, the only excuse that he really has is the fact that he plays in a very tough division. I mean, he's going from the worst division of football to arguably a top 2, top 3 division of football. I mean, we're looking at the Saints, we're looking at the Falcons, we're looking at the Buccaneers, the reigning Super Bowl defending champions. And so if there's an excuse to be made, it's the fact that he plays in a much, much, much tougher division.
Exactly. I understand that too. And he's not expected to win the division. I'm not having that as an expectation for him. Not at all. What I'm thinking is, as Tony Tucker is in absolute misery, my expectation for him is just get better. Like, show progression and not dominate, but show that you have the skill to be able to make it in the NFL, because I haven't seen that skill since day one of him being in the NFL.
Right. And I agree.
Oh,
thank you. Tell Brian Bolster that next time you see him. Because good God Almighty, he is convinced that Sam Darnold is the next Messiah.
I still have a little bit of hope for Darnold, but I wouldn't go that far. So, yeah, maybe him and I have a little something to talk about.
Yes!
What happened, Tony Tucker? I'm a little behind.
Many things happen. Price Picks over on Khris Middleton. He hit a 3. Boom!
Okay, Middleton, 80-73. What's it looking like?
Get it? Be aggressive, Christopher. That's a foul. Oh, give me a break. I'm not here to argue with you. We are going to see about Sam Darnold. We are going to see We're going to get to – oh, he did. It did go off his hand. Fuck.
Family-friendly show, Tony Tucker.
What happened?
You dropped the F-bomb, man. That's what happened.
It's under protest. That is under review.
But yeah, like you said, Tony, we'll see about Darnold. And like I said, Steezy, I have hope for him. I want him to succeed, despite popular belief, me being the president of the Sam Darnold Hater Club. I want him to succeed. I want Sam Darnold to prove me wrong. I love being proved wrong about players being bad. But Sam Darnold, I just don't see how you can logically say that he's going to improve when he has not done it in 3 years with the Jets. And no one's expecting him with the Jets to win 10 games and make the playoffs. That was not the situation the Jets were in. They're in a situation where they needed to see their young stars blossom. And that's what Sam Darnold was supposed to be and supposed to do. But he just got worse and worse and worse every time he played. So his time with the Jets is up. I am very, very high on Zach Wilson. I think he could be a very, very good football player. But with Sam Darnold, it is a wait-and-see type deal.
Mike, I knew exactly what you were doing, and that is why I did not answer with who's there. I knew what you were doing. How do I delete these comments, Joe? Mike has been fired. Mike, you're fired!
You got to do it in Vince McMahon style. You got to do it with the Vince McMahon. Come on. Let me hear your best Mr. McMahon, Tony Tucker.
I'd have to hear his voice, but if somebody gets it for me, I'll do the impression.
1 minute.
I knew exactly what Mike was setting up. I was watching it. Devin Booker is having an amazing game.
Is that a 40 ball now, or how much does he have?
38, 40. It's up there. He's definitely going over 40. Could go for 50 in the NBA
50.
Finals. And his team is not playing good, and he's the one just sort of consistent, getting any shot he wants from anywhere on the floor. On the three, he's getting to the line. He's making free throws. Oh, man.
All right, Tony Tucker.
No one's in double figures.
What happened?
Okay, I have it up. I want you to try and replicate this voice. This is Vince McMahon. I want you to say it. Can you do that? Can you go that raspy, deep voice type deal? Can you hit the Vince McMahon?
Oh, that's going to be a lot of saliva. Fire. It's way back. It's way back there in the back of the
10 out of 10. That was well done, Tony Tucker.
It hurt. I would not do that impression very often. That's a very grovelly impression to do.
Well, Vince McMahon is a very old man, so I can see why he does it that way.
Yeah, but all impressions, you just kind of got to find out where they're at in your voice box and then work with it, right? So it's like if they're talking from here, like in here, the chest or the head or whatever it is, and go for it. It wasn't good, but you got to find it, and that hurt. Finding where that phlegm is like rattling between like WEW or whatever he is, WWF, whatever he commissions.
Yes, WWE now, but yes, it's absolutely terrible. I don't watch it anymore, but I watched a lot as a kid.
Fourth quarter, NBA Finals Game 4. If the Bucks don't win this, I can't imagine this series going
7.
No, I can't, and I picked it in 7. I can't. It's tough to watch. It's tough.
Tony, real quick, if you don't mind me asking, because I only got you on Instagram. Do you have a Twitter as well?
I do. It's at Project Drivel, and then I also have my old acting one, but I don't really go on that one anymore, so don't do that one.
Is that so? In your handle, is it just Project Drivel and no underscores or anything?
I think there's an underscore in between the project and the Drivel.
Okay, and then Drivel is DRI.
VEL.
VEL. Okay. Twitter.
DRIVEL. Yeah.
And then, do you have like a personal YouTube channel, or is it just Warzone?
Just Warzone.
It's Warzone.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't. Everything I have has been taken down.
Ah.
It's all been licensed out by PC. Here we go.
Then,
yes, go ahead.
What's it called? Oh, real fast. And then Alex, nice to meet you real quick. Excuse me. Nice to meet you, by the way. Do you have like a YouTube, a Twitter, Instagram, anything I can get down?
This is my YouTube. I'm a member of the Warzone as well. But Instagram is just at the Robson Sportscast. Just no underscores or anything like that. Just the Robson Sportscast. ROBSON.
Okay,
www.trashmonster.com/Robson for the promo code.
I love prize.
Oh,
Yeah, let's check out them prize picks. Throw up them
Yes!
prize picks. How
Throw
we
them.
doing right now?
I'm crushing it in prize picks, and I don't even care because I just want the Bucks to win, and Devin Booker is killing me right now.
D-Book is I told you guys at the top of this when I first joined in, D-Book was going to have a massive bounce back, and he has had that so far. I am thoroughly impressed with him.
Oh, we got a foul? Oh, this is getting intense. This is getting intense. Yeah, I hate to say this, but I feel like even if this is close, Falke, welcome back to the broadcast. What's going on, Devin Booker? Like, I'm assuming you're come back and talk to me about how great he's been. This dude's he's about to like crush this fourth quarter and drop a 50, like a 50.
Well, he's in deep foul trouble right now, though, man.
Doesn't matter. He'll be fine. He'll come back in, maybe about 6-7 minutes to play.
No, is he fouled out? I'm not sure.
Doesn't even matter. Cam Johnson can play. Oh!
5 fouls. Sheesh.
Look at this.
Is it 5?
Look at this.
Yeah, he got 5.
This guy considers me a friend.
okay.
This guy considers me a friend. He's already invited me to his future wedding, and this is how he treats me. Come in here to troll me like this,
Yeah.
Falke.
Tony, you may be right. He may just be one of those deals where, nice shot there by 2-3. But yeah, it may be one of the situations where they just put D-Book back in with about 5 minutes left to play and just say, hey, dude, take over.
Close it.
Get your money. Get your money.
Yeah, get your money.
They're just not hitting. They're getting open shots. Connington again. Connington's getting open shots. He's not hitting them. I've seen him shoot air balls tonight.
Jrue
PJ
can't buy
Tucker.
a bucket.
This is just
What else
this
is
isn't
new?
good. Falke
I think when
came
you
back
guys
here
had-
to see my sad face.
What's the matter? Gonna cry that Middleton about to be down 3-1.
Falke, you just got a new biggest fan.
I'm not a fan. Falke has a chart for my emotions, first through fourth quarter, and he thinks it's funny when he gets to come back, and I'm like pissed off and sad in the fourth quarter when the Bucks are losing. It is kind of funny in hindsight, but right now, not really. Hit the shot! Just, they're getting the shots. The Bucks are getting the shots. They're just not making them. They're at home. This is when you have to make the shots. The fourth.
What did I tell you? What this makes or breaks the team. I think the Suns just a better shooting team. And like you said, Tony, they're getting the shots. They're just not hitting them.
Oh no, this is bad. This is headed in the wrong direction.
What I tell you? What I've been saying.
Man,
Well,
Chris
I have
Paul
been
with
saying
6 points.
He's been real bad today.
Yeah, my goodness. Aiden was 6 points. Sheesh. Giannis was
Oh,
only
that's-
19. Oh, man.
Even Middleton can't hit it.
Middleton, 26. But Jrue Holiday, my gosh, 4 for 16. When is it going to end?
It's never going to end. And he just missed like a putback layup a second ago. Like it's not happening.
Oh, man. Put me in, coach. Man.
It's kind of weird. Like, where do you guys come down on that kind of stuff right there? Like Cam Johnson is like kind of laying on the ground, like looking to the ref, like, hey, can you stop it for a second? Like I needed like an official timeout. Like I'm hurt. And they just played and they just went back the other way. The Bucks just took the ball up the court. They're like, whatever, not our problem. We're going to score buckets, the NBA Finals.
Well, they didn't
And
even
he's a
score a
rook.
I'm I kind of feel like that is on the officials. Like the officials should have stopped it. Like why should the Bucks stop their momentum? Like if the officials if they look down and they see he's got a full Conor McGregor situation and that shit's headed, like in the wrong direction, then we stop it. That seems like the right thing to do.
Longest free throw routine in history.
What, Giannis?
Get off the guy's back. Take your time, Giannis. You got it, big guy. Get that rebound.
You got 10 seconds for a reason.
Yes, exactly. Use them all.
Can I just say I love when the fans in Phoenix start counting? I find that hilarious. So I'm just like, that is.
I feel like
genius.
they count too fast. They count way too fast.
That's on
They're
purpose.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, yeah, it got to be.
It's to throw them off.
Come on. 28 points, 11 of 26, 3 of 7. It's not great, but it can be. Take over, Middleton.
Yeah,
he's now in the post. He's got Ayton on him. Good.
Yeah, it's not a good matchup for him.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Fellas, it's been a great night. I'm sorry, but I have to cut this short. I actually have to head out in just a bit. So I just want to say thanks so much for having me on. It was really nice to meet you, Alex, and then Tony. It was real good just talking sports with you. I hope that we can do this again real soon. Maybe for the next NBA Finals game. I should be available. So
100%. I will get the link out to you, Steezy. You're welcome back. Come sit in on these watch parties when you're available. Let us know you want to jump in. We'll be back for football season and fights and all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
all
definitely.
of that.
You've been great. Steezy,
hit me up on IG.
Check him out.
Oh,
YouTube, Instagram. Main focus is Steezy A. Smith. Thank you for joining us, brother. We appreciate you.
no, thank you, brother. And Alex, I definitely got you, bro. I wrote you guys' handles down for a reason. Expect a follow and a DM real soon. And then Tony, expect a little something on Twitter as well. But once again, it's been real fun doing this. Much love, y'all. For those of y'all tuned in at Warzone Sports Network, be sure to hit them with a follow, all socials, subscribe, all that good stuff. They just hit 1K. Now let's get them to 1.1K. So, yeah, if y'all can do me a favor, do that. And then ask Steezy A. Smith, if you don't already know, primarily on YouTube, but all of the socials, SteezyASmith. I'm out.
Love it. Peace, brother.
See you, man.
Take care, brothers. Thank you.
We got a 3-point game, Alex. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
It ain't over. It ain't over,
It's
Tony
not
Tucker.
over. It's not over.
We got a photo finish coming, I think.
Oh, my goodness. Giannis stealing inbound passes.
We need to talk about how bad Chris Paul has been so far. He has not had a good game.
Yeah, no, he's not been good. Middleton, more like less Middleton. Khris, Middleton, more like less. More like Miss Middleton. What are you do? Falke, why are you attacking Khris Middleton when he's had a very good game?
He's been solid.
Yes.
He's been very solid so far.
He's shooting a little light for me. I think he's taken 26 shots. He hasn't made enough. Connaughton, please. Please make a 3. Oh, my goodness. None of the Bucks want to be aggressive. He gets an offensive rebound, and he can't. You know what I can't wait for, Alex, and I feel like you're probably the same way?
What?
Is for them to redo this rule in basketball where they, start, looking at foul hunting and, the flopping and all that crap more often. All this thing now where we see guys, they somebody brushes their face and they fall down they'll never see again. You
Absolutely,
know, I'll never see the light again. I'll never see, somebody paint a picture of the Mona Lisa. They just die. They die. I'll never get to have Eggs Benedict on the, terrace of the Champs-Élysées.
Eggs Benedict. Man, that's a classy one. But yeah, I 100% agree. Basketball is the only major sport I have played, and that was a thing even in my level. I played high school, and that was such a big deal. People were flopping like fish. It was just so ridiculous. The only time I've ever gotten a technical actually in a game is when I actually got called when I called somebody out for doing it. And then the ref got mad at me for doing that and gave me a technical for some reason. Idiot. But yeah, that is definitely an issue that I'm not a fan of. Just everybody's just hunting for fouls, hunting for sympathy even really. It's just like, it's ridiculous at this point. It slows down the game. Like, it really does.
Yeah, they're hunting for flagrants. Like, they're hunting to be, like, get ejected and whatever. Joe, you want to get in here and brag on your Suns? You're 7 minutes away from taking a 3-1 lead.
Too early for that.
And Joe Morley's been the biggest Suns fan that I know. I don't know. I think the people might want to hear from a Suns fan right now.
It's never too early, first of all. Never too early. You can always talk about it. I told you, Tony, and you didn't believe me. At the beginning, I said, Suns in 5. Alex Robinson, because he's not a true fan of anybody. He just likes to troll and try to come on here and talk. He said Suns in 4. Got proven wrong. But I knew it. I knew the Bucks would at least take one game. But look, and like Felke, this was a great comment. I don't know if Tony saw it. Khris Middleton, more like Miss Middleton. Oh, got him right there.
I did, but I read it wrong. In Felke's defense, it was a good joke, and I just butchered it because I have a 3rd grade reading level. But
first,
yeah.
I want to address this real quick, Joe Morley. I'm on the Suns hype train with you. And second of all, I'm also a New York Knicks fan. I have a team. I don't bounce around in basketball. I am a Knicks fan.
No, what you are you're one of those guys that got on the Suns bandwagon, but you're annoying as heck, and you're not a realist. You just got on the Suns bandwagon just to get on the Lakers fans' nerves. I got on the Suns bandwagon because I saw the potential in them winning the championship, holding those rings and that trophy and all that stuff that comes along with it. Phoenix Suns going all the way. I told you in December. I told you in January. I told you in February. I don't know my months, so if I mess up, that's on me. March, April, May, June. Now we're in July. Every round of these playoffs, people are like, the Suns are going down to the Lakers. Then they're going to lose to the Nuggets. Nope. Ate those up like a 40-piece at McDonald's. I say 40-piece because you guys eat 20-piece, and you guys are like, oh, I'm stuffed. Nah, 40 pieces. Put the 40 pieces down. If you're a man, you eat a 40-piece chicken nugget from McDonald's. Just letting you know. Sweet and sour sauce, honey mustard, whatever you want, eat it. Then the Clippers. The Clippers thought they had a chance. And Tony Tucker was like, I'm with the Clippers. No. Now the Buccaneers, the Bucks are here. And everybody's here. And everybody's like, Bucks, Bucks, Bucks. Khris Middleton. Giannis is the next. What'd they say? Giannis is like playing like LeBron James status. Come on, Brian Bolster. Get that on out of here. Phoenix Suns. And look, Phil K knows a 5-point lead is like a 20-point lead for. He knows that. It's right here. He just said that. Tony Tucker saying blah, blah, blah. Come on. Oh, Tony, I've been blah, blah, blah this whole season, but I'm going to blah, blah, blah myself to a Phoenix Suns championship.
They need you at the parade.
Huh?
They do. I want to see 3 people. I want to see Suns in 4 guy. I want to see the guy who was singing the rapper guy who came on the Warzone. Yeah. And I want to see Joe Morley. Those 3 fans. Chris Collins Gaming. Bet. Is this guy Bucks in 6 or 7? I'm with Chris Collins Gaming. Check him out on YouTube, Chris Collins Gaming.
Many people have come on these live streams, Tony, over the whole course of the playoffs, and some people have asked me for apology.
Bucks fans.
Apologize to me. Joe needs to apologize because the Suns are gonna lose. It doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that, Tony. The Suns have been proving people wrong since they went to the bubble last year.
It works like this. Yes! I can't. 6 minutes. 6 minutes to go. Just got to close the quarter for the NBA Finals.
The art of boxing has been
been
so lost that it's called a foul every single time, and it's sickening. Nick Mack doesn't like the call of boxing out.
100% agree, Nick Mack.
Where you at, brother? I agree with you. It is like what happened to the idea where you used to be able to sort of like drop down low. Although I was missing you earlier, Nick. I don't know if you're still here with us or not, but I was missing when I think it was Giannis pulled off the chair on Ayton. It reminded me of like old school, like Rick Mahorn and like what Charles Oakley used to do to guys in when they were posting up on him in the block. It was very funny. But yeah, I agree. You got to be able to box out and like bang a little bit down low. You can't call a foul. Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Are the bubble heat. Shane, Celtic, where have you been for this whole series? Well, I've been here. Please bring rain.
You mean the Suns are the bubble Lakers, right? Is that what you're saying? Champions? Is that what he's trying to say?
No.
I don't think they're that because I think the Lakers are bubble frauds. So I think the Suns are legit.
Shane Celtic is one of the real OGs. This guy's like 44, knows what he's talking about, been watching basketball for 30 plus years. Shane and I go way back. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Well,
yes!
No, it doesn't. Because the Heat didn't come out of the bubble as champions. The Suns are coming out of this season as champions.
He's saying they're lucky to be here and the better team will prevail. That's what Shane is saying.
Doesn't matter how you get here. What matters is when you're holding the trophy, nobody takes it from you, Tony. Unless your name is Reggie Bush, you get to keep your trophy.
Oh, remember the Ray Allen shot. Oh, thank you, Felke, for coming to oh my goodness. Everybody wants this is not gonna happen. 92-95.
No,
we got a lot of points. Time.
Suns are going to start pulling away right now.
Okay.
It's over. I can start singing. You want me to start singing?
You got some time. You can start singing if you want me to cut it out and put it on our Instagram page for sure.
No, I got that great voice. You know, it'd probably be on like you probably start calling me from all those talent shows and stuff.
Tomorrow on Good Morning America. Suns fan sings goodbye with 5 minutes to play, and the Suns blow a 5-point lead.
If the Bucks do a Ray Allen shot, I'm leaving the internet.
Ooh.
I don't think you'll be missed. We'll miss you, but the internet won't miss you. There's so many people on the internet. They'll be like, "Oh, one guy's gone."
Yeah, no. Cam Johnson's going to be a player. Like he's good.
Oh.
He comes off cold off the bench, and he's just stroking.
I was like, "Who is Cam? Joe? Son? Who is that?"
I know. I just thought he was from the streets. That's all. He's like, you know what I'm talking about, son. Oh, come on, Portis. This is the other. Just cheering for some of these guys.
This is the Tony Tucker that I love. I didn't get to see this last game, but this right here is the Tony Tucker I love. The fourth quarter, when his team, or the team that he's rooting for, is losing, Tony Tucker is up on his chair. He's like, okay, come on. Every shot is getting to him.
Here it is.
Come on, man.
Get in!
Who do you guys think could be a dark horse champion next year?
I ain't worried about next year. I'm worried about now.
Yeah, because Alex is going to say, oh, the New York Knicks.
No.
Oh, hell no. They'd be lucky to make the playoffs again.
New York Knicks deserve to lose for 50 years.
Come on, rebound. Yeah.
Right here, Tony. Read that comment. Tony, admit the Suns have better talent than the Bucks.
I can't talk about that right now.
Tony, just admit that the Suns are a great team. They're going to be the champion, and everybody underestimated them.
I will not. I cannot. I love the intensity of a fourth quarter. I just love like the.
It's the fourth quarter, and the Suns are winning, and the Suns are winning. Made that up right now off the top of my head. Sounds
well
pretty
done,
good, right?
It's original. Let's cut, print.
No auto-tune, no nothing. Just me right there.
Nice.
Bucks haven't
Push.
improved since
Push it,
2013.
Jan.
Kind of like Tony's hairdo.
Oh my gosh. Jrue, can we start a GoFundMe for Jrue Holiday's jump shot, please? So he can buy. I want him to be able to afford a bucket in the fourth quarter. I'm not asking for a lot, people. Whatever you can spare.
Come on, people. Help Tony out.
Another turnover. Come on. Push. You can dunk it, can't you?
Oh, wow. Thanks, Bradley.
How is that not a foul? How's it? Devin Booker just bear hugged Jrue Holiday. It's not a foul.
Bradley Winter's telling me to stick to sports.
You don't know what you're talking about, man. Joe, you have the pipes of a Greek god.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, sir.
Okay. Man. I don't even understand how that's not a foul. I get you don't want to foul out Devin Booker in the NBA Finals, but when you literally have a hand on his back, his chest, his arm, everything, like, you got to call a foul.
What do you mean they want to foul Devin Booker out? They threw out the best player in the game, Joker, in one of the games. They threw out
the Joker in a game, in a series that didn't even matter. That series was 3-0 against the Suns. It was over. I'm talking about right now in the NBA Finals of a Game 3 separated by, 4 points? Come on.
Tony, you've been complaining about fouls the whole postseason. It's been the same thing over and over. Get used to it. This is the new NBA.
The Suns get all the calls. That's what I'm complaining about. They've been getting all the calls for 3 straight series. It's
Booker,
happening again
38
tonight.
Points, Tony. 38 points. 1 rebound, 2 assists.
I don't even care. He hit my prize picks already. That's all I care about. Promo code Warzone if you want to play along. I think I'm like 4. I think actually I don't know how many assists Chris Paul has. So I don't know. I'm close though. I'm close to hit a five banger here.
I just want the game. We need to get this game over with. It's 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. We need to get it done with. Let the Suns go home, get that rest, so they can win it. What, on Saturday? That's the next game. Is that when they close it out on Saturday?
Stop it! Stop.
When are we gonna have the parade? We gonna have parades again? So parade in Phoenix.
I think so. A parade in Phoenix. Joe, you want to hit it up with me?
Parade in Phoenix. That must be take place in a mall. It's 125 degrees. Somebody wants to go outside in Phoenix and watch a bunch of athletes ride around in convertibles. That'd be the worst parade. It'd be at 7:00 in the morning just to avoid the heat advisory. It'd be the worst parade. Nobody wants to go to a parade in Phoenix in summer. In the middle of end of July, you're not going to a parade. You know where a parade would be beautiful? Right on some beautiful lake in Milwaukee with Khris Middleton wearing a crown, sitting on the top of a Pontiac convertible.
Convertible.
Yeah, we're going
stop
old
disrespecting
school.
Tony.
It's Milwaukee.
Wait, stop disrespecting Tony, or for Tony to stop disrespecting?
Stop disrespecting Tony, or is it stop disrespecting Tony? We need punctuation.
Because I'm not disrespecting Tony, but I can if you're not telling me to stop.
I'm reading this as stop disrespecting Tony instead of stop disrespecting Tony.
Hey, I don't know if you guys do this, but shout out to YouTube TV. I have YouTube TV. I just at the bottom of the game, where you have to fast forward it and rewind it and stuff. I don't know if you guys saw that, but on there they have the little NBA trophy as the little cursor.
Oh no, I didn't. I just tried to pause my TV for you guys so we could join the end, but I don't have it. You know what I'm gonna do for football season, Joe? I'm gonna upgrade
Tony?
I'm gonna upgrade my cable box so I can pause real-time TV, so I don't have to watch the game ahead of everybody else.
With the freak holding the trophy.
Again, CP3 trying to get buckets and he can't. Middleton, don't.
Tony, did you find those?
Pat Connaughton.
Did you find your headphones in the lost and found?
Did I find my headphones in the lost and found? No, why? I paid for these babies. Are they not pretty?
I don't know. Dark said, speaking about disrespecting Tony, his headphones look like he grabbed them in the lost and found.
Why are you taking personal shots? Although, you know what? I could use some new white tees. My white tees are kind of getting old. So, Dark Horse, kick in to our soon-to-be started Patreon.
See, I come on here. I start talking. I think you brought me on here on purpose.
I brought you on here so that I could watch the end of the game. I needed somebody to talk, so it wasn't just me shouting at nothing.
And not just Alex eating his chicken strips from his air fryer.
Yes, sir. Nice and crispy.
I got chicken nuggets. You got the chicken nuggets. Why did Giannis look like that when after the Suns scored? He like put his head down like, man, like they're too good. They just don't miss. These guys don't miss.
Well, I think he was more shocked about Devin Booker going for 40. He was like, I thought I was the only one who was allowed to score 40 points in the NBA Finals.
Come on, get up. Let's go. 97, 230. That's what you got, Tony. That's what I got.
Yeah, I got the same. It's I believe the score is tied right now on mine.
I didn't do good on Prize Picks today, but that doesn't mean that you can't do good on Prize Picks. When you download the app on any of your whatever, Google Play, Apple Play, or any of those little app stores, go ahead and do it. Prize Picks, use the promo code WARZONE, and they'll match up to $100 of your first deposit, and you can enter along with us and make a little bit of money on those entries. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton, 5 assists tonight.
That's hilarious that you put under 1. It is the first 5 assists of the finals.
That describes how his Prize Picks have gone today.
You know what? It's all good.
Hey, you've been doing well before that, though, Joe.
Win or lose, it's been fun. Win or lose, playing the Prize Picks is fun. It adds a little bit more to the game, even though I root for the Suns, and it's always been fun since I've been rooting for the Suns. But people like Tony, who go for the underdogs or go for the bad teams that can't win a game and they're never going to go anywhere, he can actually win and become a winner even when his team loses.
For those of us that cheer for Khris Middleton and he's hitting huge buckets in the fourth quarter, shooting percentage is not there.
Tony, just lay down. You will get less mad when the game ends.
I will not. We got a minute and 50 seconds to go.
How's my Prize Picks doing? We don't know, Mike. Check yours. I'm just kidding. Mike has
rebound.
There's Mike's right there. But Mike, we're getting close to the end of the game. We want to know what's going on in the game.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes left.
Yeah, what do we got? What is happening?
I don't know what Mike had about Jrue Holiday, but I'll check in a minute for him. Celebrate.
Come on. Let's give it. Middleton, take it. This is yours. Another one. Oh, he's going full DJ Khaled in the house right now.
Come on.
That's 4 straight points in the final 2 minutes for Middleton.
Chris Paul was upset after that one.
Will it matter, though, Tony? Will Devin Booker hit a buzzer beater?
It won't.
I'm trying not to look at Tony's camera to know what's happening because Tony is a little bit ahead of us. So it kind of gives it away, but it looks like, I knew that bucket was coming. Come on, Phoenix. Come on. Tony just laughing because I'm cheering for it. He probably already knows what happened. Probably something stupid. Booker. Come on.
Give it to him.
Tony, calm down. You need to calm down, Tony Tucker.
47 left for me.
Tony is happy with Khris Middleton. We could tell. We know, Tony. Yeah, it's time we start watching on the stream because Tony is just giving it away. He's dancing all night long. It's probably over already.
It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. Here, you know what, Joe? Here we go.
It's 103.99.
For the rest of the game, I will watch like this. I will watch on mute.
You know what? We'll just let you cook, Tony. We got direction to let Tony cook.
Holy shit, I feel so good after that one. Needed that. Had to have that happen for so many reasons. One, the shooting performance wasn't really that good, but also you have to be aggressive. These are the moments when I tout Khris Middleton's ability the most, is at the end of games, he's the player that you want with the ball. He's the one taking over. He's the one you want at the free throw line. He can shoot. He can drive. He can score. And he is delivering for the Milwaukee Bucks in the fourth quarter. Dark horse. Tony just what does it say? Just put it in Tony's face when the buzzer beater happens. It's not going to happen because Khris Middleton is getting all the love in the world from his team for going for, 35 tonight? Not the most efficient day, but Devin Booker still has something left to say about tonight.
I'm not worried. 2-2 doesn't matter. Sun's still gonna take it. They're gonna win all the games at home. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so far home court advantage has been big.
All of a sudden, everybody's on the Bucks bandwagon. Where were you guys just a couple minutes ago? Well, Khris was there, but where was everybody else? Tony, just a note that you got lucky. All right, this game's over, so we can turn this crap off. Look at Tony. Look at Tony right now. Go ahead, Tony.
I know. Hang on. Put this up. It makes more sense. Put it up, Joe. Can we cut this out? Can we cut this out and send this to him?
We can cut this out and put it wherever you want. Warzone Sports Media team, get on that right now. Go ahead and cut this out. This just in.
Ooh, that's cash money, Khris. They call him King for short here in Milwaukee because we just got the W. It's going to be, there goes Booker with a nice, easy, cheap deuce to put it at 42. But nobody will remember this because Bucks win. 5-point lead. They better win, or I'm going to be really pissed about the last 30 seconds. But everything. Love it. Khris Middleton finishing the basketball game like a champion. Not the most efficient night, but getting big buckets, 3-point plays, hitting free throws, wants the ball. Foul me. I'll go to the line. Please, Khris, make these free throws. Let's do it. Stand at the line. I know there's still a chance. I'm talking a lot, and he could miss free throws, and it could go the other way.
No, come on, Tony.
No doubt.
This one's over, yeah.
90%. Go to the line. Look it. He's like, give me the ball, Giannis. Don't waste time. Give me the ball. Hits them both.
Whatever. 2-2. It's 2-2. We got to see it. Finally, the Bucks want to show up just a little bit, but the Suns aren't scared.
Oh my goodness. And I think I went 5 for 4. 4 for 5 on Prize Picks.
You're going to say 5 for 4. What the hell are you on, Tony?
I don't know. I went over.
He's on that Khris Middleton juice.
I got double. They said if Khris Middleton goes for 40 tonight, you get to go 5 for 4.
Dang, like that.
No, I think I missed on CP3 assists. I think I had him at over 8.5. I think he missed.
Yeah, he had a real bad game today.
He had a down game for sure.
How many points did Jrue Holiday have?
Bucks were 31 in the fourth.
Probably 0, Joe?
This is like one of the things that we always like. We got to talk about like the foul trouble, right? When it's so important. When like Devin Booker had to miss a large chunk of the fourth quarter because of foul trouble. Could have been a very different game because he was rolling when he got sent to the bench early in the fourth. Jrue Holiday, please. Why are the Bucks fans are cheering Bucks in 6? Like, just be celebrate this game. Just chant, "We gotta win."
So I don't know. Maybe they're chanting because this is going to get Aaron Rodgers a ring, and maybe he'll stay.
You
know
think
what I
he's
mean?
gonna? Well, they do talk. There's like always the talk about the following, but maybe this means if Phoenix wins, maybe this means that all the Kyler hype, all the Cliff Kingsbury hype could be real, or
Larry
it could
Fitzgerald
be.
owns part of the Phoenix Suns, right?
Does he?
So
Larry
he
Fitzgerald isn't still in playing football, is he? Didn't he retire? Did he cut his dreadlocks off? He's playing one more year on the slot.
I think he's playing one more year.
Yeah, I think this is his last season coming up.
But he'll get a ring if the Suns win. So Fitzgerald gets a ring if the Suns win, and Rodgers gets one if the Bucks win. You didn't know that, Tony?
I knew that they had like something going on. There it is. I know our timer doesn't say it, but
I'm not worried. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Joe,
Cheers.
come out here and tell
cheers.
us, what do you think of the Bucks winning? I don't care. The Phoenix Suns will be the champion at the end of the day. Now we just get to go an extra game. You get to go into next week with more basketball. So that means the basketball season is extended more, which is good because a lot of people don't like to go watch baseball, which I'm a big baseball fan. But the basketball season is extended a little bit more until training camp comes up at the end of this month.
Yep. Bucks, you do have a reason to be excited, but remember you've had the favor. Isn't the past 3 games been in Milwaukee? Past 3. So now we head back to Phoenix.
2 games. It was 2 in Phoenix to open. They lost them both. Bucks come back here. Khris Middleton with a 40-piece, 15 of 33, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. So Giannis is the only one who can score 40 points in a playoff game. My boy Christopher Middleton can do it too. Bucks win! Winnie!
The Bucks win!
The
Bucks win!
Pumped. I needed a Bucks victory tonight. It's 2-2. Congratulations to Milwaukee, to my good buddy Jrue who's there. I know that he's loving this. Fear the deer.
Good buddy Jrue. I said, what's up?
It's a different Jrue, but yes, this Jrue he's also very cool.
I don't care who it is. He's your friend, and I said, what's up?
Yeah, I know. But Winnie's in here. I hope I'm saying that right. To celebrate Bucks for the win.
Winnie!
Winnie!
For the win.
Anthony Lee, let's go Bucks. Look at the Bucks fans flooding in here.
All of a sudden, they were nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found.
Exactly.
Now the series is tied. Now here comes all the Bucks fans. What are they like? Are they like these? They're like Cowboy fans, right? Now they're like the Laker fans. They only show up when their team is winning or it's close. Come on, Bucks fans. Have more respect for your team. Show up when it matters, when your team is losing too. This is ridiculous, Tony.
I agree. Show up when it's time to celebrate. There's no need to come to an internet show where it doesn't matter and it's over. Middleton and Jrue Holiday are celebrating. Jrue Holiday needs to be better. Just be Holiday. If Holiday can be good, just good. Good. The Bucks win the NBA Finals. Because Khris Middleton did have a bad game, too, where he had 11 points. I get it. If he can be good, Jrue Holiday can be good, Bucks can win the NBA Finals in 7. It's going to happen.
Series is tied up.
Suns in 6.
So now what is it? Best of 3, right? Best of 3?
Pretty much, yeah. And I think Suns in 6.
If the Bucks win every game at home, they win the series. Or
Wait,
if the Bucks,
the
if the
Suns-
Bucks only win at home, the series will go to the Suns.
Yes. Yeah, that's basically it. The Suns, but I believe that they are going to get they're going to get a game 7. They're going to win games 6 and 7, and it'll be the Bucks championship. Khris Middleton has another 40-point plus game up his sleeve in this series.
And another one.
Another one.
That is, let's see. Put that Reggie choke meme up, Joe. Do I have a choke meme?
The Reggie choke meme for what, bro?
Mike's always coming in here trying to start stuff, right? He's always we don't take that, Alex. That's the kind of stuff we don't need. We're here celebrating the Milwaukee Bucks beating the Phoenix Suns, tying up the series.
Making it interesting, at least. Even though the Suns will win in 6.
Would have been a lot nicer if it would have been a sweep, but it's not.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought it was going to be. But
next game is going to be on Saturday. We'll probably be right here with the Warzone Sports Network. Guys, let's see. Mike, there he is again. I thought you liked memes. Yes, I do. That's why I kick it with you.
I was just checking to see. I missed out. Giannis got 71 fantasy points today. Yeah, you did.
Woo.
There you go, bud. We're celebrating Khris Middleton 40-pointer today.
Prize Picks. You guys join us with Prize Picks. Here's our Prize Picks for this game. If you guys missed out, some of us did good, some of us didn't, but it was fun all the way. Use the promo code WARZONE. Get in there, and they'll match up to your first $100 of your deposit, and you can play along with us. Try to do better than us. Try to be like Tony Tucker. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be like me, because I'm always 3 for 5 or 2 for 3 for 4. I never get the 5 for 5er. You want the 5 for 5. That's where the money's at. You want to go 5 for 5. I went 3 for 5 again tonight.
You don't want to be like Tony Tucker either, because Tony Tucker old. You got the Just for Men in your hair, Tony Tucker?
I don't. I've never dyed my hair, and I never will.
Really?
I'll tell you this right now. No, I just look this good naturally. It's
Gotcha.
good.
I will tell
you this right now. If you look this good when you're 40, my friend, you will be so happy. You'll be so happy if you look this glorious when you're 40 years old.
Hey, you look better than me, and I'm supposed to be a young buck. So
I need to get a little closer shave going here. I don't want to talk about my looks anymore. I want to talk about Khris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks tying up the game 2-2. Do we have anything else that we need to plug, that we need to do before we can just get out of here?
Tomorrow morning, wake up early. If you're on the West Coast, 5 in the morning. If you're on the East Coast, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Grab that cup of coffee, turn on the Warzone Sports Network, and sit there with Joe Skirto. Cup of Joe coming to you early in the morning.
No, you crushed it. You crushed it. I'm sorry. I was just watching Khris Middleton, and everybody was celebrating with him. I got distracted for a second. They were hugging.
If you like him so much, why don't you marry him, Tony Tucker?
I don't know if that's legal in Milwaukee. It's legal in California, though. We're good. What else do we have to plug? Nothing else, right? Just Skirto, Warzone Sports Network. Subscribe.
Pace League tomorrow. The new episode of the Pace League is coming up tomorrow as well. Friday, we have Friday Night Wars. Of course, when I take down Mike on the mic, like I do every Friday night. And then, of course, Saturday, Fantasy Football Boot Camp. So, Saturday, we'll be back with another NBA Finals game. So, hey, every day we're on to something here at the Warzone Sport Network. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube at least. As we already passed 1,000, 1K has hit us, and we appreciate everybody on the way, but we're on our way up for more.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alex, why don't you tell like a real funny story, and then we'll or just
so
like
y'all can just cut me off.
Just like any, just tell any story.
Yeah, just start a good story, Alex.
Start like one of your.
I don't have any good stories. I ain't biting the bait
for this. I auditioned for this right here. Just
so
any
one good
story.
joke.
What'd you have for lunch?
I don't have any good jokes. I didn't eat lunch today.
Oh, you did. Alex knows exactly what we're setting them up for.
I
don't bite the bait.
Joe, are you ready?
Oh, I've been ready.
You ready? Zach Wilson sucks.
Oh, hold on a minute now. Let me tell you something.
Warning. Warning.
Get ready to rumble. Step into the war zone.